The college basketball season has come to a close. UConn stands tall for the second straight season. They beat Purdue in the finals. San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight in Memphis. Spurs will be without Keldon Johnson. He's dealing with a left foot sprain that he suffered in that loss to Philly on Sunday. Tip-off between the Spurs and the Grizz is set for 7 o'clock. The Blitz starts right now.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Back in the studio. I'm not used to this.
It's been a while since we've been in the studio, but we had to come to work today because our producer, James Pledger, is turning 14 today.
Happy birthday to Pledge.
At 14 again, still 14. He got to choose his birthday lunch. He chose gizzards and chicken strips.
There's no way he chose gizzards. Okay, you chose gizzards.
No. You weren't here for the conversation.
He didn't choose gizzards. You probably said, Pledge, can we get some gizzards? Is that all right?
Did not at all say that.
Whatever.
Did not at all say that. I said, where do you want to go? You want to go get some brisket sandwiches? Do you want tenders? You want a pizza? You name it. You're going to get it, but here's cash.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm really feeling Tender Tuesday, and I want to see Reinagel eat gizzards.
See that? He didn't want gizzards.
Well, he did.
He did not.
He eats gizzards. He wanted you to eat gizzards for his birthday, which you did.
I had one said gizzard.
And you liked it.
Dude, it was awful.
You liked it.
It was awful.
You liked it.
It's like deep fried poop.
Well, it's not, but close. It's deep fried, so that makes it good.
That it was awful. I'm just saying I did try it.
It wasn't awful.
Because I didn't think Pledge liked him. I thought when we had this conversation the other day that Pledge didn't like him. And so I said, well, look, I'm not eating one of those things. If Pledge has one, I'll have one.
Uh-huh.
And then, damn, if Pledge didn't walk into the office
Pledge
and
had
eat
half a box
gizzard.
of them.
So I had to be a man of my word.
Yeah.
Gobbler's knob. Yeah, exactly.
And you liked it.
No, I didn't. Dude, I did not like it. It was awful. Now I remember why I don't like it. Not to mention the fact it's a gizzard.
If they called it something else, you would love it.
Maybe. But it's
you
gizzard.
love Rocky Mountain oysters.
It's a gizzard. Well, we call them turkey fries.
Well, see, if it was named different, you would be all for it.
But it's not. It's a gizzard.
What about liver? You like a liver?
No liver either. Although that sounds better than a gizzard.
Come on. You know you like it.
Who the hell named something gizzard?
Dude, there's a lot of things out.
It's a great idea, Jim. It's a terrible idea,
There's
Jim.
a lot of things out there that you sometimes wonder, well, who came up with that?
Exactly. Gizzard. I mean, it doesn't even sound appetizing at all. And it's not, by the way.
Well, but it is with gravy.
I dipped it in gravy.
And maybe you needed your ketchup.
Maybe I needed it.
Do we have any ketchup
No,
packets around?
I'm not eating another one. No.
What about gravy and salsa from Dairy Burger?
Nope.
What do we have left over in somebody's desk drawer? There's got to be a ketchup packet somewhere. Probably some mustard. Maybe even a little relish.
Probably is, but I'm not eating another one of those disgusting gizzards.
Gizzard.
Dude, it was like chewing. It took like 10 minutes to chew that thing.
Even Alexandra on YouTube says gizzards aren't that bad.
Well, I'm happy you like them, Alexandra. I do not.
Well, if nobody was around, you would have eaten more than one.
No. I had probably, 6 chicken strips.
Yeah, I think you had more than that.
I might have had more.
We had to take the box away. You took the box away from yourself.
I did.
Yes.
They were good. They were very good.
Yeah, Tender Tuesday.
It was great. So thanks for buying there, Minix.
Good gravy. Pete says fried gizzards from Bush's and the fire emoji.
That's where they came from, wasn't it?
It's exactly where it came from. We had a Zoom call with one of our corporate bigwigs who lives in California.
Yeah.
This guy, the thought of a gizzard, he was a little taken aback that we were eating gizzards.
No, that y'all were eating gizzards. I had one.
There's video.
I had one.
You had one, but your reaction, honestly, does not tell me that you hated it.
Yeah.
You didn't spit it out. You started to go, man, this is really good. I can't let Minix know that he was right about this, so I'm going to just continue to act like these are awful. But I ate the whole thing.
Well, you keep thinking that. Well, I mean, it's not like you're going to bite into this thing.
No,
you got to pop the whole thing in your mouth.
But you could certainly spit it out.
Well, you could.
I mean,
I'm not going to be disgusting about it.
Well,
I never spit it out.
But the reality is, you're disgusting about a lot of things. So I think a gizzard
Dude, I'm gonna tell you,
would have been okay with you.
It was not good, but I got it down. I just hope it stays there. And we got 4 hours to go. You never know. It could be gizzard all over the camera.
There's no
gizzard.
If we were going to see that again, if there was going to be a reversal, we would have already seen it. Right? I mean, there are things.
Gizzard.
See, like next thing you know, Reinegel's going to be signed up for the Alice, Texas all-you-can-eat gizzard eating contest.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Uh-huh.
We'll have some steak strips, and gravy with a little salsa. That'd be good.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's close to the same thing.
I mean, it's close. It's
there's
fried
no,
goodness
there's no
with gravy.
meat in that thing. It's just like a cartilage or something.
Well, it's chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took about 10 minutes to eat it.
It did not.
It did.
It did not. I mean, the whole video is not even 60 seconds.
Well, I was still chewing when the video went off.
Well, it's,
I got to warm up the pipes. I'm telling you, it's not good. So you guys, if you like gizzards, that's great.
Okay.
I don't, and I will never have one again.
Well, you say that till the next time.
No, I'll never have one again. I got fooled into thinking Pledge didn't like them. So I said, if Pledge eats one, I'll eat one. I had to be a man of my word.
Yeah.
And I was.
I'm glad you were. It's like paying off all your beer bets.
Exactly.
That's
exactly right.
Man in my word. One day it will happen.
Beer's in my refrigerator. It's right there.
So I'm looking at this. I'm thinking about eating contests this Saturday, and I just got the email about it. I'm very, very excited.
This Saturday
morning.
I
am going to judge a Frito pie contest.
No kidding.
At Alamo Heights Junior High School.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, would that be with like Kobe beef at Alamo Heights?
I'm hoping it's elevated. I mean,
gotta be, right?
Several months ago, I got a note from Mr. Guthrie over there, who's the principal. And he's like, every Friday I see you post about these Frito pies.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a contest. I have no idea. There's something going on at Alamo Heights Junior High this week. I have no idea. And then I get the email and it says 9 a.m. And I think, well, crap.
9 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
But according to this, judging starts at 10 a.m. So arrive a little before that.
So
okay.
9:45.
And they'll announce winners at 11. Perfect.
You get a free lunch out of it.
Yeah.
Breakfast, brunch.
Well,
all of the above.
Well, and it says we're serving lunch at 11 if you have any room. Like, so I have no idea what I'm walking myself into.
Well, it's going to be.
I don't care because it's a high calling that they have asked me. I built for this. This was an event made for me in mind. I mean, come judge a Frito pie contest.
Now, wasn't it Alamo Heights that you were criticizing that had the bad Frito pie, or was that another school district?
No, that was another school. That was NEISD.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That had the subpar Frito pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Alamo Heights, have you ever had an Alamo Heights Frito pie?
No.
Okay.
I have not. But of the stadiums that we went to last year, there were some good Frito pies, and I can't remember if it was Comalander or Heroes. One was good, one was not. I don't remember which one was.
You weren't a fan of Heroes.
Yeah. And we gave it multiple opportunities.
NEISD.
But I figure they order from the same place.
You think?
The one out in at Shirts, that was good.
Yeah.
The one at Ferris was incredible.
Now, is that homemade chili, you think, or is it like Wolf brand?
Well, at Heroes, it wasn't Wolf brand.
It wasn't?
It was definitely not Wolf brand.
What's that other brand that's not very good?
Yeah, the not very good brand. The not Wolf brand.
I can't think of it.
Canned chili.
Hormel?
Hormel.
Well,
Hormel's terrible.
Hormel's not bad.
It's terrible.
Although I don't know when was the last time I ate Hormel chili.
Well, that's too
Because
long.
if I buy chili in a can, it is always Wolf brand, no beans.
Well,
and a lot of times I buy the smaller can that are perfect for chili dog size.
yeah, well, you can buy hot dog chili.
Well,
There's a difference.
Well, see, I mean, I don't want hot dog chili. I want chili. You know, because the hot dog chili is like throwing soup on your dog, and it's not really what I want.
But see, I like chili with beans.
Okay.
I'm a bean guy.
Yeah.
I like beans.
You like beans?
I
huh?
do.
Yes, but not gizzards.
Not gizzards.
Okay.
No. If we establish that, no gizzards.
Uh-huh.
That will be the end of the gizzards.
Well, I think you got to eat one live on the air.
No, I won't be. There's
I-
video. If somebody wants to see it, they can find it on the socials.
I think it needs to happen live on the air. Alexandra wants you to eat one live on the air.
I love
She
Alexandra.
wants to see your facial expression.
Well, she
and-
can watch the video.
And but we got to add ketchup to it because we know your taste buds are so out of whack that ketchup might be the difference maker here for you.
Dude, I'm not eating another gizzard.
I bet you will.
No, it's not happening.
2:11. I got 3 hours and 50 minutes to wear you down to get you to do this.
You better name it something else besides a gizzard.
Oh yeah, fried goodness.
A gizzard.
We got fried goodness. We'll put it on a stick, pretend it's Nyosa.
Yeah, gizzards.
Yeah. We can do that.
I'm not eating one.
I know.
Not happening.
You know what? If I win the Masters, gizzards would be on the
Oh my
Masters
gosh.
dinner menu.
Nobody would show up.
And a chicken on a stick. We do have some Nyosa tickets to give away
All
today.
right. All
Yes.
right.
You want to win tickets to go to Nyosa, stick around. We have those to give away before 3:00. We also have tickets to Alamo Heights night as we are getting close to Fiesta.
All right. Are they going to have Frito pie?
Probably. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe that's why you're judging.
Oh, so,
They'll put that one in the Alamo Heights night.
see, you might be onto something.
How about that?
You might I don't know what the winner gets. Probably a T-shirt, but maybe they also get an opportunity to be at Alamo Heights night
With their Frito pie.
Sure,
Making money.
I have no idea.
How about that?
I'm just very curious about this Frito pie contest. There's
What's to be curious about? It's going to be great.
yes,
It's Frito pie.
yes.
Unless Northeast is entered.
Well, if Northeast is entered just by looks, they're going to lose. I mean, because I don't know how to judge a Frito pie contest. I mean, I've judged barbecue contests before. I'm when CPS Energy does their grills giving, which I think did come back last year, or at the rodeo when you get selected to be a judge and you're judging brisket and you're looking at texture and smoke ring, and I don't know how am I going to judge Frito pie.
You'll know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I know.
You'll know.
Is it looks? Is it taste? Combination? Is there more than one category? I don't know.
I can't wait to find out.
I can't wait to
That's
find
going to
out.
be fantastic.
I know they said they're going to give me a T-shirt, and I'm just hoping they have tons too.
I hope so too, and I hope you have a roof over your head. That would be nice.
Well, yeah,
Just in
it's
case.
windy or rainy.
Yeah, because a roof overhead is it's pretty important, and you want to make sure that yours is in good shape. That's why you need to remember my friends at Stevens Roofing, because really there is only one name in roofing that stands high above the rest. That is Stevens Roofing. Look, a quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort. It means confidence. It certainly means peace of mind. And look, we've had some storms roll through. It's springtime in San Antonio and South Texas. There's going to be more. Happens every year. They're coming. You know it. Make sure your roof is in tip-top shape. Call Stevens Roofing. Whether you need a replacement roof, an upgrade, an inspection, whatever it is you need, you want to work with that experienced team that brings local roots, value, and a vast knowledge of their craft to every job. Work with Stevens Roofing. The phone number to call for Stevens Roofing is 210-785-0994. You can also get them online at stevensroofing.net. Don't forget, give them a call. Do it today, 210-785-0994.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle, it is par 3 day at the Masters. We'll get you going as the sun rises. We'll keep you up to date.
Plus, did the Spurs win on Tuesday night? Did they get magic number 20? We have all the answers, and we'll see you bright and early, starting at 6.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with everything I love. I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of dry AMD called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on Carol. She's more focused on hitting a high note than the car in front of her. Why pay a rate based on anyone else? Get one based on you with DriveWise from Allstate.
Not available in Alaska or California, subject to terms and conditions. Rates are determined by several factors, which vary by state. In some states, participation in DriveWise allows Allstate to use your driving data for purposes of rating. While in some states, your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Generally, safer drivers will save with DriveWise. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
George gets justice. In life's most challenging moments, getting the right help matters most if you've been injured. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. With a track record of success and a dedication to their clients, George gets justice. George Salinas Injury Lawyers is not just a law firm. They're your support system. Get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Folks, quality is a huge deal. It's what I look for when I recommend something to my listeners. It means you can depend on it. Quality means it won't let you down. It's something you can be proud of. Well, that's the definition of a Connecticut water softener. With other water softener brands, you just never know. Maybe they work half the time or they're just plain junk. A Connecticut water softener is up to 80% more efficient than competing models and will be the last water softener you'll ever own. That's because you're buying quality, and it's backed up with an outstanding 10-year warranty, too. If you're ready to enjoy all the benefits that come with quality, bring home a Connecticut water softener. Call the team at Connecticut at 656-PURE or online at ConnecticutSA.com. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
The Jim Rome Show.
Hey, Jim Rome here, and back in the military city of San Antonio.
Weekdays at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. College basketball season officially in the books. One shining moment. We saw that last night after one boring basketball game.
You know, what is it about One Shining Moment? Everybody loves that song.
it's the song, the montage that they put
The
together.
whole thing,
that,
right?
all of it is it's fantastic.
People actually look forward to that thing.
I do. Joanna was like, all right, let's go to bed. I said, well, we can't go to bed yet. We haven't seen one shining moment. She never saw it. I stayed up and saw it.
Well, it's not that long. I
mean, that game last night, starting with the 8:20 start time that everybody wants to bitch about.
Right.
But the first half was good.
Yeah.
The second half was just a matter of time until we got the final buzzer. At no point in that second half did you feel like Purdue was going to make a run and turn it into a game. Unlike the South Carolina-Iowa women's game where Iowa kept getting close and you kept thinking, all right, well, they get a stop and a three. It's a 2-possession game. And I never felt that last night with Purdue.
Never.
I just kept saying, all right, is it going to be double digits? Is UConn going to run the table beating everybody by double digits?
They did. That streak's alive.
Yep.
I mean, that worked out, didn't it? Well, Purdue had nobody else but Zach Edey. That's all they had.
Yep.
Nobody else stepped up. He did what he could. And he just didn't have any help. And UConn's their team. They got a lot of talent on that roster.
They go back to back. And Coach Hurley last night was asked if going back to back, if it feels any different.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. It's the same, feeling that you have. You just feel so light right now. And you know what though? Maybe it feels a little bit better because it's like the last thing. Knowing how great this team's been, we've taken. We've worn the everything shirt the whole year. And everyone in this organization gave everything so that we could win everything this year. The MTE that we were in, the Big East regular season, the Big East tournament, the regional and the national championship. So we wanted to give everything so that we could win absolutely everything. And the thought of like Cam Spencer and Steph Castle in their short window of time with us, not to experience a national championship like we all have felt. Once we realized how good the team was, that became a little bit of a pressure point. It would have sucked today to have, blue and yellow confetti, and we'll have to walk off that court with Cam Spencer and Steph Castle.
Yeah, that would have been tough. But I'm with you. I mean, once UConn started going away, you knew they were going to win the game. It was just a matter of how big of a margin.
They are just so good, but not flashy. Just the way they beat you with the defense. And it was, hey, Zach Edey, go get yours. Nobody else is going to do anything.
Nobody.
And when Zach Edey was struggling in that second half, the start of the second half, and UConn pulled away, there was no coming back. And that's where it goes. And because of the times that we live in, you never let a guy enjoy the moment. Because the announcement yesterday morning, or the news that dropped, the leakage that Cal was leaving Kentucky, Coach Calipari, to go to Arkansas, immediately you start looking at, well, who's next? And could Hurley leave UConn to go to Kentucky? The dude's in the middle of a championship celebration and get asked that very question.
You're not going to entertain any conversations with anybody else that might have a job coming open tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't think that's a concern. My wife, you should have her answer that.
Well, that's a great answer to be a no answer.
Yeah, he didn't answer anything.
But he also said that he wants to build a dynasty at UConn.
It's what they all say while they're agents negotiating a contract in the back room.
I'm not sure exactly what Hurley's making. I'm sure it's a very decent salary, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets an extension that will make him even higher paid. Kentucky may come calling. I just don't see. I think UConn right now has to be entered into the blue blood conversation.
Well, they are. They've got 6 national titles. What I found amazing was, and I saw this floating on Twitter late last night, when he first got there, he had a comment somewhere along the way in 2020. You better get us now, because we're rebuilding. And when we get there, we're going to be unstoppable. Almost like he spoke it into existence. Like, we know he knew, but every coach says that. He's actually gone out and done it. And when you look at the programs with 6 titles to their name that have gone back to back, I do think they're in that conversation, but staying there. Or if you're Coach Hurley, do you want to be there and build a dynasty? Or are you like everybody else? If I can do this at UConn, can I do this at Kentucky? He's such an historian of the game that the idea of taking over a program like Kentucky, if you're an historian of the game, wouldn't that be one of your career goals? You know, like all the different coaches, like, I wouldn't leave this job that I have right now, except for this one, that one, and that one.
Well, I'm sure he's thinking that. I mean, you could go down the line, right? UCLA, Kentucky, Indiana. What are some of the other so-called blue blood schools that, you know, that are out there? UConn is in that conversation, and they should be. I think Hurley's got a great job. And if I'm UConn, I'm making sure he doesn't leave there. He obviously likes it there. He's been successful there, back-to-back championships. They're getting the same talent that you get at Kentucky.
Yep.
So to me, it's a lateral move at this point.
Well, the one thing that I don't know about UConn is what is their NIL situation that every coach is now dealing with. Now, granted, he's been able to go back to back, and but when he first got there, what did UConn miss the tournament 3 straight years? And for him to take that program that was obviously on the down and build it back up and get back-to-back national championships is great, but he's going to fight every battle that every coach is, and that's all these guys wanting to get paid. And how much are you going to pay? What is their NIL situation? Is it better at Kentucky? Is the UConn collective sustainable for years to come?
Is it the collective, or is it the coaching? It was Calipari's message not being received at Kentucky anymore, or his style of play into building, trying to turn 18-year-olds into champions? Look, there's no argument that Coach Cal has put a lot of money in a lot of guys' pockets when they reach the NBA.
Yep.
That's what he's been good at. But he hasn't been good at winning championships at Kentucky. And so is it him? Could Hurley make that big of a difference? Would he change the way that they do things at Kentucky? I don't know. I mean, look, I think if you're Hurley, if I'm Hurley, number one, I'm pushing the fact that UConn belongs in the same conversation as Kentucky.
Sure.
They do. And so to me, it's a lateral move at this point.
Well, there might be a lateral move from where the programs sit right now, but what I'm talking about is all that donor money. And I don't know what it's like at UConn. Maybe there's a boatload of money that he gets to fish out of, right? But at Kentucky, there's a lot of NIL money there. That's what I'm saying. It might be, on paper right now looking at it, but is what they've got at UConn sustainable? Because that has to factor into his decision right now. That factors into every coach's decision.
Factored into Cal's decision.
I would think. Well, and Cal, I mean, did give a video today, a farewell from Coach Cal at Kentucky on his way to Arkansas without saying he's going to put on a red shirt.
Since our season ended, Ellen and I have spent a lot of time thinking about our time here at Kentucky, what it means to us, the friends we've made on that court, regional championships, conference championships, Final Fours, the national title in 2012. It's been a beautiful time for us. This is a dream job. It was my dream job. Anybody in our profession looks at the University of Kentucky in basketball and said, that is the bluest of blue. The last few weeks, we've come to realize that this program probably needs to hear another voice, that the university as a whole has to have another voice giving guidance about this program that they hear. And the fans need to hear another voice. We've loved it here, but we think it's time for us to step away completely from the program. There have been opportunities that have been presented to us, and we're discussing them as a family.
Now, wait a second. opportunities like Arkansas
Mm-hmm.
that they're still working on, I guess. I thought that was all but official, and I think it is. He's right. He's been there a long time, and sometimes it does take a change, and you need to hear a new voice, new leadership, and all of that kind of stuff. And I get that. It's going to be I'd be shocked if Hurley leaves UConn for Kentucky. Now, if his ego is such that you want to be there and that's the dream job of all dream jobs, okay, then tell me that. And if that's why you're leaving, then leave. I think he can do just as well, if not better, staying at UConn.
And again, I think in today's world, nothing would surprise me with the coach going from this place to that place. I was surprised when Musselman left Arkansas to go to USC. You would not think that USC is a better basketball job than Arkansas. And then Coach Cal to leave Kentucky to go to Arkansas when that officially gets announced, which is probably tomorrow. I don't know. I mean,
later today.
There's probably something in his contract that says, well, you can announce it here. But I don't think I'd be surprised. But I would be surprised if Kentucky didn't make a serious run at Coach Hurley and money whip him to a degree, because you look at it. I mean, if you're Kentucky, you're replacing Cal, and Cal's right. They need a new voice, probably a little bit different of a system, a philosophy of the one and done. That was great, and until it wasn't.
It ain't working at Kentucky anymore.
And the fan base in Kentucky, what have you done for me lately?
That's it. They're going to have a lot of options, that's for sure. Kentucky. There'll be a lot of people that will be interested in that job. Whether Hurley's one of them remains to be seen.
And if they don't get Dan, do they get Bobby out of Arizona State?
Maybe they don't want Bobby.
Well, I mean, he's a Hurley.
He is a Hurley.
He's
not
a Hurley.
the Hurley.
No, well, I mean, he was the Hurley until Dan started winning national championships.
Dan needs to go for that back-to-back-to-back.
Three-peat?
Three-peat. Do it.
And next year when the bracket comes out, are you going to have the balls to put UConn on there? Or are you going to make fun of everybody that does because they're sheep?
They're sheep. I'm going to make fun of all of them.
Yeah. They're cashing in.
Yet they are.
What'd you see? Dave Portnoy from Barstool? Dude won $2.7 million betting on UConn.
Just last night, or to win the whole thing?
To win the whole thing.
So at the very beginning.
Yep.
Well, okay. I didn't win $2.7 million.
You didn't win 2.7 cents on your bracket.
Did not. In fact, I lost $20.
Only 20?
Well,
I'd say you had a pretty good run.
Thereabouts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about the bracket itself.
Yeah.
That doesn't include the side bets.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Coming up, we've got some NIOSA tickets to give away. And are there legs to this story about Micah Parsons wearing thin in Dallas in that locker room? We'll dive into that. Coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train. Mission's opening night is here, and it's not just any Tuesday. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Bring the whole family and catch all the action for just $2. Gates open at 6, first pitch at 7:05. Visit samissions.com for tickets and details.
Over the past decade, the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roof Hub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roof.
With Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $1,000 off select laundry appliances from top brands like LG, America's most reliable line of appliances. And with convenient shopping in-store and online, you can get new appliances with smart, intuitive features any way you want. Like a new LG Wash Combo all-in-one that can run a full load in under 2 hours. Right now, get $1,000 off select laundry appliances with Spring Black Friday savings in-store and online at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
When Cynthia came to TurboTax, she just launched her new side gig, a true crime podcast.
I'm a first-rate detective with a golden voice.
As her TurboTax expert, I made her second income count by guaranteeing 100% accurate filing and her maximum refund.
What did she do with that refund? Find out next week.
Switch to Intuit TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Hard work, dedication, and dreams. These are the keystones of success. But easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. And getting your max refund guarantee definitely doesn't hurt. But let others think you did a lot of hard work to file your taxes when in reality, it was a walk in the park. No, you literally filed while walking your dog in the park. Winner! Because some key info is pre-filled for you, so you can file quickly and confidently like the boss that you are. So give yourself the peace of mind that comes with getting expert help, because you're going places. Let's go! And make tax season feel like it's award season with easy filing. Yeah! Know that you're backed by the leading tax preparer, TurboTax, and we'll show you all your filing options up front, so there are no surprises. And confident that your taxes are done right. File an Intuit Credit Karma today. Yeah. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable, available where fuel additives are sold.
I was afraid to cut the cord, but once I did, I couldn't believe it took so long to do it. Paying too much for my cable bill had become a bad habit. I either wasn't getting what I wanted or never knew where to find any of my favorite shows until it was too late. Plus, the prices just kept going up. Thankfully, I discovered a new way to watch, called Philo. For just $25 a month, I can catch all my favorite shows on networks like BET, MTV, and TLC. It even has Nickelodeon for my kids. I can watch anytime I want, anywhere I want. Plus, Philo lets me have up to 3 streams at once, so everyone can watch what they want at the same time. Throw in the unlimited DVR that saves all my favorites for up to a year, and this really is the best deal in TV. I just wish I hadn't waited so long. Sound too good to be true? Well, try it out for yourself, and you'll see why people who love TV love Philo. Go to philo.tv, that's philo.tv, and start your 7-day free trial now.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, Joe.
How'd I do that?
I don't know.
I didn't even move my lips.
Howdy. Howdy. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along on this Tuesday afternoon. If you're listening on the radio, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. You can always comment while you're there. Maybe you're listening online, sasportstar.com. Maybe you said, Alexa, turn on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Ever you do that, we're glad you found us.
Absolutely. Glad you're listening on this Tuesday. A lot to talk about, too. And I'm excited to kind of be back. I kind of miss the old studio.
Do you really?
Well, not really.
Okay.
But, you know, the first thing that happened when I walked in here, I sneezed. And so I'm home.
Oh, yeah, that's it. They haven't vacuumed the walls since we've been out for a week. You know, Rob did not leave a bottle of tea, but he did leave a comb.
He left me a comb. And that has to be, and I don't know where the hell he found that.
If you're
maybe on the
off,
street
go
somewhere.
to the YouTube channel and tell me who uses this comb. It looks like something that you would brush your golden retriever with.
Well, I wouldn't even do that.
I mean, it'd have to be like a good long-haired dog. I mean, like an Afghan hound. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's dirty. It's really dirty.
What do you mean it's dirty?
It's dirty.
What do you mean?
It means there's dirt in there.
Well, it doesn't look dirty. I don't want to touch it.
It's too late. Touch it.
That sounded gross.
Yeah, look at the top.
See,
where your
it's
fingers
disgusting. It's awful.
Well, I believe that's the here.
No, I don't want. It's all yours.
I need to wash my hands.
I know.
I mean, it's what you find in your back pocket sometimes, I suppose. Does he keep it in a bag?
Now that's coming off somebody's head.
No, that part's not.
Yes, it is.
You think?
Yes.
No.
Either that or they're brushing something else.
For that.
Well, maybe not.
I mean, let's be real. Come on. That, my friends,
is one dirty comb.
It's a mullet comb. That's a mullet comb.
I don't know what kind of comb that is. Does anybody know what kind of comb? If you're watching on YouTube, I know if you're driving around, I apologize, but I'm showing this comb in the camera here.
It looks like something left over from 1978.
Yeah, right.
Like Rob in his fro days had a comb like that.
Doesn't he still have a fro?
Depends on if he got his hair cut or not. You know, guaranteed he's wearing a hat tomorrow morning if he left his comb here in the studio.
I can't imagine that that's Rob's comb. He found that in the parking lot walking up here or something.
Then why pick it up?
I have no idea.
I mean, but who else in the building would have a comb like that?
I don't know. You're thinking of somebody, aren't you? You're rolling through the Rolodex of everybody that's here.
Well, I mean, like that's not Sean Rimas.
No.
Certainly not Jack Riccardi.
Uh-huh.
He's here.
He was here the other day. It
wouldn't be Trey Wares.
It wouldn't be Trey Wares.
No.
Like, when was I'm not a comb guy, I'm a brush guy.
Uh-huh.
But like, I've never seen a comb quite like that for a guy. You know, I think about like a comb like my dad used to have in the Army, those thin black ones that fit in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You know, that wouldn't even be comfortable in your back pocket.
My dad had one of those.
Could you imagine
too.
sitting on that?
Well, I think this was designed, you just kind of stick it in the hair.
Like I could see, like look at what you're doing now. You would get the perfect part with a comb like
No,
that.
I wouldn't.
That would. No, I wouldn't suggest you put that comb on your head right now to see if you'd get the perfect part.
I'm worried about my hands
We're
right
all
now.
going to take a break and go wash our hands.
Is there stuff in here?
I like the spacing between the bristles on that comb.
There's too much space in there.
No.
Pledge happy birthday to
That's
you,
it.
buddy. Congratulations.
I mean,
I was wondering what to get you for your birthday.
Well, and how many times have we
That's
thought?
Rob's.
How many times have we thought, Pledge, we need you to just comb your damn hair?
Nah.
I don't think Pledge combs his hair half the time. He just gets out of the shower and towels it up and walks out the door. He's ready to go. He actually spends hours on his hair, probably more than you, to look like that.
You think so?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Pledge. I've known Pledge way too long.
He spends a lot of time on that huh?
I will say Pledge getting ready would be more like my daughter saying, I'll be ready in 5, and 30 minutes later, you're like, dude, we got to leave.
Yeah.
And Pledge still won't be ready.
And he still looks like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. He looks like he just rolls out of bed and goes, but he actually spends time on that.
To look like that. Okay.
Well, when you're as old as he is, it takes a lot of work to look 28.
Well, okay. True.
Yes. I mean,
happy birthday, Pledge. We got a comb for you.
I mean, the dude has 3 full-length mirrors in his house.
Really?
And he literally changes outfits like 3 or 4 times before he walks out the door, looking for the perfect look for the vibe of the day. You've never traveled with Pledge yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
I mean, we took him to Cowboys camp one time. And we'll never do that again.
Uh-huh.
We'll never do that again. I mean, first, his luggage looked like it was a body bag.
Is it like a trash bag?
No, a body bag. It looked like something you could take and put your golf clubs in.
Uh-huh.
But it was a big bag. Or like those Christmas tree bags.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Wow.
It looked like a body.
Well,
like if he got pulled over by a cop and had that in the trunk and he said, "Can I look in your trunk?" The cop immediately is going to think there's a dead body in there.
Interesting.
It was the straight, and trying to put that in the rent car with all of us and all of our stuff. I thought we were going to go clamp it style and have to strap it to the roof.
The hanging bags, like when you pack a suit or a
Yeah,
jacket?
sure.
That's what it was. It was a hanging
not.
bag.
It was not a hanging bag. It was not.
So you're saying Minix is exaggerating?
It was a hanging bag, but it was full to the brim. Like I had a ton of stuff in there.
You could put golf clubs in there. It did not look like a hanging bag. If that was a hanging bag, it did not look like a hanging bag.
It was a hanging bag.
You couldn't have folded this over.
It was full to the brim.
You could not have folded it over. It's like the kid does not have a suitcase.
Pledge needs some luggage for his birthday.
There you
everybody.
go. See, that's what you can get.
There you go.
But
no, I got him a comb. I don't know if somebody else can get him.
I got him gizzards.
Okay, then.
Rob, you're up. He needs a suitcase. Rob, get him a nice bag. A shoe bag. So there was a story late last week from 105.3 The Fan up in Dallas. Sean Sharif, who does the morning show with RJ Choppy, saying that he's heard from some people.
4 people, he said.
4.
I think. Yeah.
That patience is wearing thin with Micah Parsons inside the Star.
Uh-huh.
And you see that and you go, all right, well, I mean, I could see that with the podcast. I could see that. But when you're a star player, you're going to do what you want to do. And Micah Parsons has that green light. Every time we tried to talk to Steven about the podcast or Mike McCarthy was asked about the podcast, teammates, nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
That's Micah being Micah.
That's right.
And when you're a star player, you can do it. You probably saw this morning, Draymond Green had Klay Thompson on his podcast. I'm like, so Klay, how do you really feel when I got tossed out? And Klay let him have it. Although kind of held back a little bit because they need Draymond Green out on the floor. It's the same kind of thing. His patience is wearing thin. What are you going to do about it if you're the Cowboys? Are you going to let him walk because he rubs people the wrong way?
Well, you were going to let him walk. We had a little discussion about Dak, CeeDee, or Micah. Who would you let walk if you had to? I believe Jason Minnick said Micah Parsons.
If I had to choose between the 3, Micah would be the odd man out.
Well, there you go.
That does not mean that I want him out.
That may be.
Don't take out of context. The topic was if you could only pay 2 of the 3 guys, which one would you not pay?
So he's wearing thin on you as well.
Oh, is
Same
that what
as
you
Jerry
took from that?
Exactly.
Really?
Look,
I'm glad that's not what I said.
I don't care how big a star you are. You can't throw your teammates under the bus after you got embarrassed at home by the Green Bay Packers. That's exactly what Micah did. Now, if Micah would have been out there making plays and doing everything he could have been doing, then okay, maybe you have a right to trash your teammates and coaches. That's what they're talking. You can't do that. Yeah, you've got a podcast. That's great. You go talk about all kinds of stuff, but you don't throw your team under the bus. And that had to rub some people the wrong way. I don't think there's any question about it. It had to have.
Well, sure, but ruffle feathers, hurt feelings to the point where you would rather him not be on the team. I don't know that it's at that point. Are there people that probably don't like that he does a podcast? I'm sure there is, whether they say it or not. Whether they say it on the record or off the record. I'm sure some of it in my mind, kind of what we were talking about when he first was doing it. Does he realize what he's doing? Is this a lack of maturity on his part? Like, hey, I've got a podcast.
Yes.
Everybody wants to hear my thoughts, so I'm going to give my thoughts and not realize that he could be damaging stuff inside the locker room. Does anybody on that staff have the stones to say, dude, here's your podcast, but here's some do's and don'ts that you probably should follow. Not giving you rules, but I'm making a suggestion here.
Like you don't throw your teammates under the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the coaches under the bus.
We know
you don't do that.
We know that every one of those players, and it starts in high school, coaches, when you're talking to the media, if you're the quarterback, if we lose the game, you take all the blame and you credit all your teammates. Always remember your offensive line. Talk about your receivers, the blocking. And, I mean, they all go through some PR training. All of them do. I don't know that Micah did. Listening to Micah, I don't know that he did.
Well, no, he obviously...
Or he needs a refresher course.
Well, he needs a refresher course. You can't do that. Now, you can say it to your teammates. If you've got the stones to walk in that locker room and say the same thing you said on your podcast, then I've got 100% respect for you. But if he didn't do that, and maybe he did, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he didn't do that and then threw everybody under the bus on the podcast, that's just wrong.
It is.
And I could see where that would piss some people off within that organization, coaches and players.
Well, I mean, if you're Dan Quinn, aren't you really mad at him? But I just, and does he say it in team meetings? Does he, as a team leader? I mean, what he does on his podcast, I wouldn't say are leadership qualities, because there's some stuff that has to stay in the locker room. Handle it in-house. Handle your business in-house. And we're all hypocritical with this because we all bitch when players give us nothing but cliche answers. We all want a true inside look. And he is giving that to us, and we can't believe that he's actually doing it because it just feels wrong. I don't need to know all the dirty business. You can tell me that, well, if it's true, though. You laugh, Joe, but, I mean, the reality is we all know who he's talking about. We're all saying the same thing. Feels different when you got a teammate saying it who is a team leader.
I just think if you are a team leader, when they say he is, not sure that he is, but if he is a team leader, you pull those guys aside. You don't blast them on your podcast. And I just get the feeling with the reaction and what this dude from the Fan is saying, I hold some weight to me. Well, and it wasn't just that last game. It was all
season long.
And he never discredits himself.
No.
I mean, he never does anything wrong, according to Micah Parsons.
That part is true. I wish he, as a fan of the Cowboys, I wish he wasn't doing the podcast. Or like when you get your ass kicked in San Francisco, you put some of that on yourself. You kind of, the quarterback PR school. When you lose, you take all the blame. Because Micah never does anything wrong. He is throwing teammates under the bus. He might hurt some feelings, but sometimes truth hurts. And if I'm Micah Parsons and a teammate approached me and is like, dude, did you have to throw me under the bus like that? Did I lie? Did I lie? But my response as a teammate, did you talk about your missed assignments? Because I'm pretty sure that Micah didn't grade out perfectly every game out there.
Well, my response would have been, why didn't you come to me in the locker room and talk to me about it there instead of blasting it out on a podcast and not talking to me about it? That's what would be my response. If you got an issue with me, come see me. You don't spread all this stuff out in the world, true or not. Come talk to me first, and let's talk about it. And then we'll go from there.
We can only hope that happened.
I don't think it happened. I'm gonna go with it didn't happen.
If you are, I would think that it might have happened depending on who you are in the locker room and the pecking order. I would imagine DeMarcus Lawrence would go talk to him. I would imagine Mozzie Smith would steer clear. You see what I mean?
Well, it seemed to me DeMarcus Lawrence was one of the guys that got run over by the truck.
Well,
that Micah threw him under.
And I would imagine that D. Law would confront him in the locker room.
I would hope so.
Mozzie Smith is bringing breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, probably, and he should. Should go back to Michigan.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well,
that's not going to happen.
Maybe
it's almost.
Can only hope.
It's almost Fiesta time. You want to give away Nyosa tickets?
Sure.
You guys want to go to Nyosa? April 23rd through the 26th.
Nice.
We've got tickets. They're good for any day. They're actually going to be mailed, so we got to give them away early because we're a couple weeks away from Fiesta. You want to win a pair of tickets to Nyosa? Since we're talking about Micah Parsons, be caller number 11 right now. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 11. You'll win a pair of tickets to Nyosa coming up because Fiesta is right around the corner. You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to an Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hey guys, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Do you have a lack of energy, motivation, possibly low libido? These symptoms could be caused by low T levels. At Synergenics, their medical providers exclusively specialize in customized testosterone treatment, and they make it quick and easy to get your levels checked. And at Synergenics, you get your results back at your first visit. Book your appointment now. Go to fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free. With zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
As we wind down the NBA regular season, still time to get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. I love playing the Pick'em game, a fantasy game where you can win real money, and it's legal in Texas. Love playing the Pick'em game where you pick between 2 and 5 players and select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you could win up to 100 times your money, and it's certainly a lot of fun to play and adds excitement to watching the silver and black. So go to the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you'll get a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use my promo code STAR when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks. It's America's #1 sports fantasy act. 3 million players. Yes, I'm a member. You should be too. Download it now and remember the code Alamo, and you can get a deposit match of up to $100. Basketball is balling, baby. Football is coming. Baseball is swinging. It is time to go to Prize Picks because you put your fantasy knowledge into action. You know more. You know your less. You know who's better or not. You know what's going on. You're a fantasy player. put that knowledge to work. I have, along with so many others. And right now, remember the code ALAMO, and you can get a $100 deposit match right now. Go download Prize Picks. We love watching Connor McDavid, Jude Bellingham, LeBron James. They are playing go more or less. It's so easy to do, and now's the time to go. You know when it's more, you know when it's less, and when you pair them together, you can win big bucks, up to 100 times your money. More, less, Prize Picks, Alamo. Go there.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, more changes could be on the way for college athletics. The Athletic is reporting that the NCAA's Division I Council will consider proposed legislation that would remove limits for the number of times an athlete can transfer. Let's make it worse. Spurs in action tonight in Memphis. Spurs will be without Keldon Johnson. He's dealing with a left foot sprain. He suffered that in the loss to Philly on Sunday. Tip-off tonight, Spurs Grizz, 7 o'clock.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
Why is it, Jason, all of a sudden I feel like going, howdy?
Howdy. Well, because the biggest Aggie in the building is in the studio with James Pledger. And I'm not sure if Mr. Hawkins is looking for gizzards. I imagine he is a gizzard guy.
He's a gizzard guy?
Pledge, ask him if he's a gizzard guy.
Gizzards. Yeah. I don't know. They're it's a bunch of management types in there looking at something.
Well, I thought it was interesting because Lance rarely makes his way into the studios, especially during a show. But it is James Pledger's birthday, so maybe he's offering up some spankings, or he knew that it's his birthday. Then he was looking at Pledger's bag, and I thought, that could be bad. I don't know what's in that bag, but it's never good when management is looking at your bag. And then we did chicken strips and gizzards for Pledge's birthday lunch today because that's what Pledge requested.
He didn't request gizzards.
He did request gizzards.
No, he did not.
He did.
Nobody likes gizzards but you.
And Pledge. And you tried them.
One.
And
they were disgusting. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's horrible. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
It was horrible. Yes.
You've had worse in your mouth. It was not this.
Sure I have.
It was not disgusting.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying this was disgusting.
You didn't spit it out, so it wasn't that bad. You swallowed.
Well, there's a lot of things that I didn't spit out. I never spit it out. No. You just got to take it.
You just...
Take it for the team.
That's what you're doing.
Obviously, I'm more of a biter.
What are you, Keldon Johnson?
Apparently.
Although with gizzards, it's more of chewy.
Yeah, it took about 10 minutes to eat that damn gizzard. Because they just get gooey and sticky and stick all over everything.
I know.
Exactly.
We've got a studio audience now. If you can see in the camera there, that's all the management types.
Management types looking in here at the
looking
studio.
Over the shoulder. Do they not realize the gizzards are in the office?
Well, I don't think they're looking for gizzards. They're making a plan because, the engineer of the group is writing things down as the two management types tell them things.
Do you think that they'll vacuum the walls in here so we could get rid of some of the allergies?
Or maybe we could get up to 1980 carpet on the walls instead of 1970.
I mean, it's possible.
You think?
It's possible. I mean, these microphones have been here since they built this studio in 2007.
Oh, they work well, though.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah. You're staying screwed in?
Well, it is because we switched it out with one over there that doesn't get used very much.
All right.
So that works.
Go have a gizzard
with some gravy and ketchup.
Gizzards.
Yeah, let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
It is Masters Week. I got the big Masters dinner tonight.
Wow. What's on the menu tonight? Because John Rahm is the defending champ. He's from Spain.
I would say for fun, go to the audio vault at sasportstar.com, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, and listen to RJ Ochoa in the worst Spanish accent ever from somebody named Ochoa, trying to name and read the menu that's for tonight.
I'm curious to see what it is. I want to go, and I'm looking at an article here, and hopefully they've got the menu here.
The Golf Digest has a great listing of not only tonight's dinner menu, but also past dinners for the Masters dinner.
Now, some guys have had some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I Jordan Spieth, brisket.
Yeah, he did Texas barbecue. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's good.
Last year it was Scotty style sliders.
Scotty Schefter.
Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of stuff on the menu tonight that I am not even going to try to pronounce.
Tapias.
There you go. You sound like RJ Ochoa all of a sudden.
Now, where's that at? I need a good look at it.
It's right there on your screen.
No, I know.
Or
that,
as I just said, Golf Digest has.
Golf Digest.
Yes, has a complete menu.
You assume I listen to you, Minix.
Well,
I mean, you know.
Kind of like your wife. I know better.
Wait a minute. I listen to her, actually.
No, you don't.
Sure I do.
A third time.
Tapias.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff on the menu tonight. Now, so tonight, and watching this morning, watching Tiger on the course doing stuff, and I appreciate this. Other Masters, he can get another green jacket if everything comes together. I'm hoping Tiger makes the cut.
Dude, I can win the lottery if I get. I mean,
but if you're Tiger Woods, aren't you showing up with the mindset that you're going to win?
Well, you have to.
And that's what you have to say.
You have to do that.
Like for me, if I see Tiger playing this weekend, if he's playing on Sunday, I would say that is a successful tournament for Tiger Woods.
No,
all he has to do is make the cut.
Well, that's easier said than done.
Well, to be successful.
Sure. Look, I'm not going to bet against Tiger. I did that once, and he shoved it completely up my behind. So I'm not going to bet against the guy.
So I can't suck you into that bet again because I need some more Blantons.
Yeah. It was Blanton's.
It was.
No, I'm not going to do that again because look, Tiger's Tiger. He's still, no matter how old he is, how many times he's been injured, how gimpy his leg is, doesn't matter. The guy can play. And he's, arguably the second best golfer in the history of golf. So, and that's not an argument. I'll give him that. He's the second best.
Mm-hmm.
So if he says he can play, feels good, then I'm not going to bet against him.
But again, you come up with like trying to pick a winner for this year's Masters. It's no longer Tiger against the field. But I appreciate Tiger going in at least publicly with the mindset that he thinks he can still win this thing. He's not ready just to be a sideshow and show up that will help TV ratings. But if he makes the weekend and is anywhere close to being in contention, which I don't see happening, it would be incredible.
Well, I just hope he makes it through because the last tournament he tried to play, he got sick, I think, is what food poisoning.
Sure.
So I just want him to make it through. And that's not, I don't think it's a real difficult golf course to walk, but
it's one of the flatter courses on
tour. So but still, that's got to be tough for him.
And he knows the course well.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
As we get ready for the NFL season, and people have noticed all the different helmets that different position groups have worn, and some look a little odd, some look a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL position specific helmet options are going to more than double for 2024.
Safety, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's all about safety and what they're going to do. And I'm okay with that if that's what they want to do. And as technology is such that, the helmets are different and they're better, then go for it. I'm good with that. I'm glad the NFL is doing that. I just think the NFL can be kind of hypocritical sometimes and go overboard at others when it comes to safety. Now, the helmet thing, I'm all on board with. Some of these other things like banning the hip drop tackle, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it is safety, but at the same time, injuries are a part of the game. And there's not a kicker on the planet that's going to have a helmet designed for tackling. Yet our San Antonio Brahmas in the UFL, their most famous player is their kicker. destroying. He's this YouTube sensation. Donald De La Hoya, hey, he had a hell of a tackle the other day. Apparently broke his neck while doing it.
Oh, wow.
He fractured his neck. Now he got up, he celebrated, he talked a lot of noise. That dude had a hit.
Wow.
Yeah, he's out now. Well,
that's too bad.
We'll have to talk about that with Wade Phillips tomorrow. Wednesdays with Wade at 4:35. The San Antonio Brahmas head coach will be on. They play Sunday at home against St. Louis, and they're doing a buy one, get one free on tickets. The code word is lucky, or promo code lucky. So St. Louis the other day, they put 40,000 in their building.
Nice.
San Antonio wants to show that up a little bit.
Well, I don't blame it. But
Pack the dome.
St. Louis has always been pretty good when it comes to the spring leagues.
Yep.
I mean, attendance-wise. So,
but 40,000 is a modern record for spring football league attendance. San Antonio last year, the Brahmas, but that team was awful. And remember, they played at home, and then they were gone for like 3 straight weeks, and they sucked, and they never gained momentum. This team's 2-0 and playing good football. But you go back to the Commanders' days, the week that the Alliance League shut down, that was the week that Johnny Manziel and Memphis was coming into town, and the ticket sales would have been close to 50, if not more,
right. Yeah.
that week.
That's right.
So,
yes.
If we can get the Brahmas at the level the Commanders were, and I know that's the goal, that would be great, which is why they're not having trouble selling tickets, but to try to pack the dome and get a lot of people there, they're doing that buy one, get one.
Well, and I'm glad that they're doing that, and that'll be good, and I think people will go. It's 2:30, and so that's good. Look, I just don't think the league does the Brahmas or anybody else any favors. Aren't they gone for like a month coming up here on the schedule?
No.
They're not?
No.
Where did I hear that?
I don't know.
I'm going to look at the schedule.
Their schedule's pretty now starting on an Easter Sunday. That hurts. Then last weekend they were on a Saturday at 11 a.m. This week 2:30. Spurs' last regular season game is at the same time. Plus, it's final round of the Masters. The reality is, anytime you're trying to schedule something, there's other things that are going on that you've got to fight through. You've got to just get fans there to experience it. I saw a deal today on Pro Football Talk. UFL ratings hold strong for week 2. So that's a good sign that the games have been good and people are watching. Now you just got to get them into the stadium when you get a chance.
Well, they've got 2 back-to-back home games coming up, and then they're on the road for 3 straight. So that's tough.
Yeah.
Well, I would rather be just
every other week,
back and forth.
Buildings
right?
have to be available.
Well, I guess so.
A lot of stuff that comes with it.
Maybe so.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. UConn, they go back-to-back. But watching that game last night with Zach Edey, is he a Spur? Could he be?
Wow.
Would you want him in the silver and black? We'll dive into that next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle, it is par 3 day at the Masters. We'll get you going as the sun rises. We'll keep you up to date.
Plus, did the Spurs win on Tuesday night? Did they get magic number 20? We have all the answers, and we'll see you bright and early, starting at 6.
Are you ready to party with a purpose? Taste of the Northside is Thursday, April 18th at the beautiful Security Service Event Center. This elevated fiesta event for foodies includes on-site covered parking, entertainment, unlimited tastings from over 30 premier restaurants, countless curated wines and craft beers, hosted by Brighton Center, presented by HEB. Purchase tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, the largest nonprofit in San Antonio, serving children with disabilities through pediatric therapy and education initiatives.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, poker players, the Big Blind is open. With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities. Whether you are seeking high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Roo Pub, offers daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 in Redland Road.
Nigel, what's up with your hair?
Joel, prices are insane these days. I'm cutting my own hair.
Folks, nobody likes paying high prices. Good news, for a limited time, all quarter moon 14-seer AC systems up to 3 tons are installed in your house for only $69.99. Now is the ideal time to take care of your home at the lowest price of the year.
Joel, I like saving money. I'm an influencer. Everywhere I go, people hand me change and say, bless your heart.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. License number M16004. DACLA 000743458.
Have you gotten your hands on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB yet? Southern Recipe small batch offers big, bold flavors like hot honey, spicy dill, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Bonus, you're going to love the low-carb, high-protein crunch. Turn snack time from ordinary to extraordinary with flavorful pork rinds. Pick up your favorite flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB today.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park, because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
Getting quality employer company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 61, visit staples.com/print for details.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. We're on Twitter at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. Simple question. Is Zach Edey a Spur?
Well, now, sure, if they draft him in the second round, yes. I don't think he's a first round guy.
This draft is so bad that I wouldn't be surprised if he's a high first round guy. And I think he can be a 10, 15-year NBA guy, but not a superstar. He's got to go to the right system. But last night during the national championship game, I don't know, because UConn was just destroying Purdue in that second half. A couple of different friends of mine going, man, I sure could see Zach Edey in the silver and black. And I don't see it. We have too many other needs, guards, scorers. I even talking to Rob Thompson this morning. Boy, could you imagine the things defensively we could do with Wemby and Zach Edey? And I could be talked into liking Zach Edey, because clearly if you have him, he would be the one that would, I don't know, have to guard Joker, not Wemby. There are some.
Well, you think he could do that?
Well, I mean, he's got fouls to give.
Yeah.
I mean, but how do you compare him? Just staying within the Spurs, is he like a Rasho or a Tiago from back in the day? Is he going to be that kind of role? But today's NBA is all about 3-point shooting, and he doesn't do that.
Well, look, it doesn't mean somebody couldn't change that back and be more of a 10 years ago NBA. That's a possibility. The problem with Edey is he has no other game. He has no other game. He is a one-dimensional basketball player, and that's the problem that I have with him. I said this for years. Dwight Howard, I think, could have been just on another level had he developed some sort of jump shot. And I know everybody talks to me, well, look at Shaq, look at that. But Shaq is different. Zach Edey is not Shaq.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not. He plays well inside. He does that. He does that fine, but he's one-dimensional. Defensively, sure. You got Edey and Wemby back there. It's going to be very difficult for people to drive inside, no question about it, and score. But I just don't think Zach Edey, as it stands now, is a first-round draft pick. I don't. Although I just don't think it would be worth it.
When I'm with you, and I think it's interesting you said second round. If the Spurs, and depending on what they have on draft night, have multiple first-round picks, one I expect to be extremely high in the lottery. But if they've got one in the teens, they got one in the low 20s, and Zach Edey is there, I'd be all for them taking Zach Edey at that point.
Depending on what you want to do with him and how you intend to build the program. You said it, and I think you said it accurately. There's so many other needs for this ball club. And Zach Collins is Zach Collins, and I don't know if you ride with him or you do something else. I just don't see Zach Edey as being that guy you take right off the bat. Although I don't think he makes it out of the first round. I think some team will take him in the first round.
And that's partly because it's not an overly deep draft.
No, it's not at all.
What I'm curious of is you watch last night's game, and that Donovan Clingan is a projected lottery pick. He was matched up against him. Why is nobody talking about that guy coming here?
I don't know.
I mean, I just say it that way. Is it just because you just see how massive he is, and you think about Twin Towers? You think about what you could have, like you had with David and Tim early on. But in today's NBA, is that enough? Now, defensively, he'd be great. Can you be that one-dimensional, though, in today's NBA?
Well, you just mentioned David and Tim, and both of those guys were more mobile and could do things that Zach Edey just quite frankly can't do. Look, the NBA is a league of development, and maybe you can develop Zach Edey into a better player, or maybe better player is not the right word, maybe a more versatile player. Just right now, he can't do anything else. He's a inside the paint guy. He's going to rebound. Yep, he's going to play defense. You get him the ball, he's going to try and back you down. And that's not the NBA right now. And for me, I don't see Zach Edey as a part of the San Antonio Spurs.
When you look at Zach Edey, though, as limited as he is, the fact that, was he the best player in Purdue history, like they were talking about, generational type player, but playing it, you look at the success Purdue has had playing through him and all the people that he has been matched up against, and he can score, he can dominate down low, he can do that. Even though he doesn't have that mid-range game, and clearly he's not out at 3-point line. I mean, You look at what he has done in leading Purdue in back-to-back years, and I know there's the embarrassment, that stink on that Purdue team for being bounced in the first round last year, being a 1 seed. But for them to come back, win the league again, and go to the Final Four championship game behind him, riding him, makes me wonder, do I have to rethink my views on him? Because he's not just some tall guy out there that, is so one-dimensional that he can't get it done, because look at the success his team has had.
And they have. And they got all the way to the championship and looked pretty good doing it. But Zach Edey was that entire team, and they played to him. I mean, they got the ball down low, and that's what they did, and that's how they tried to play. And again, Edey would back you down and hit that little, either that hook shot or that little baby jumper right there. And I just don't think in the NBA that game alone is going to be enough for him to be good. If the Spurs could get him even late in the first round, okay, I could see that, because they've addressed some needs earlier. It all depends on what Pop wants to do. What is Pop's vision of how he's going to build this team? Is he thinking about a Zach Edey and a Wemby down low? Defensively, it'd be great. I think you would still be challenged offensively, though.
A year in for Wemby, and this season, as glorious as it has not been for Wemby, although Wemby's been great, but
he's been great.
The team sucks. But this year was, what do we need to build around Wemby? What does he actually need as a pro? Does he need an enforcer type running mate that Edey could provide? We know he needs a legit point guard that can get him the ball. We know this team needs some serious shooting and help defensively. Like, dude, no, I don't see Zach Edey, but man, I keep trying to talk myself into him, because protecting Wemby is, and helping out the defense, because you have Wemby and you've got Zach Edey. The only thing anybody could do to score is shoot threes on a team like that.
Well, which is what the NBA is all about these days. You don't see guys going inside that much anymore. It's a 3-point league. Where's the mid-range jumper gone? It's gone away.
It's gone away.
And so I just don't think, for the way that the NBA is set up right now, that a Zach Edey, Victor Wembanyama Twin Tower situation works. Now, if you want to get a legit center and let Wemby do what he wants to do and play outside as a 3 or 4, then maybe you take a flight. Look, the guy's not going to be a star in the NBA, at least not early on. He's a guy off the bench at best. And if you can get him late first, second round, then I'm okay with it. Other than that, if the Spurs damn sure better not waste a lottery pick on that dude.
Damn sure. Damn sure.
Better not.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you want to talk Reinagle into this.
Please, man, I'm open to arguments.
Well, see, and that's right. My first thought is no, but the more I think about it, the more I think about Zach Edey's limitations were on full display last night. They played a great first half. And in that second half, when UConn made some adjustments at halftime, and Edey was in a bit of a scoring drought, as was Purdue at the beginning of that second half, UConn was able to pull away. And they didn't have enough around him to help close that gap. They weren't getting stops and threes to kind of make it a game. And the last, 15 minutes of actual game time was just boring. It wasn't the entertaining championship game that I think most of us were hoping that we would have, because it was just UConn just was so damn good in so many different ways they could beat you, where Purdue was so one-dimensional.
That Cleon guy, he's okay. He's a freshman. He's young.
He's going to be a lottery pick.
But most likely will be. I just don't think, at least as I see it, and again, not sure what the Spurs brass, what their vision is for building around Victor Wembanyama, but I think scoring and distributing the basketball have got to be number one priorities. And I think a Zach Edey would be a cherry on top after you've addressed those things. I just don't think Zach Edey, if he does become a star in the NBA, it's going to take a while.
Well, and again, I think you just said it. If the Spurs have other needs that they need to address first. Now, if they do that through the draft, through a trade, through free agency,
all of the above,
and then you can look at a Zach Edey, I'm down for that because the Spurs they got lots of holes they need to fix.
They do. And Zach Edey ain't one of them.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Blitz tomorrow will be live at the Big Blind for the Wednesday 6K tournament. $60 buy-in with $60 re-entry fee. You can play the entire night. Couple of free drink vouchers with entry. Blitz is going to be live at the Big Blind tomorrow from 2 to 6. They're at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Rue Pub in the Angry Elephant.
I'm playing in that tournament.
It's going to be a fun time. Now, Joe's going to get off the air at 6, and he's going to buy in.
Yes, I am.
Buy in. Then he'll be back at the bar with us about 6:12.
Well,
so it'll be pretty good.
I don't think the tournament doesn't start till 7:15. So maybe 7:30 I'll be with you.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying. As we talk about Dak Prescott, does he get a deal before the start of the season? Does he not? Dan Graziano says, well, it might be next March. If Dak becomes a free agent, where does he rank? We'll dive into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, it's Jason Minix from the Blitz. Did you know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s? So if you're feeling a lack of energy and drive, it could be caused by low T. Get your levels tested at Synergenics. They make it quick and easy, and with the convenience of their on-site lab, you'll get your results back at your first visit. At Synergenics, you will get customized care from testosterone specialists. Book your appointment now. Go to fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right?
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Ooh, pass me the intercom thingy.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Don't pay for water, pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods.
Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. While leaning over the fence, your neighbors said you could save money bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. Your neighbor leaned over a little too much and broke your fence. Dumb news. Somehow fence wood is more expensive than wood. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and to plant really tall shrubs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Puro San Antonio football returns to the Alamo Dome this Sunday as they take on the St. Louis Battlehawks. Let's pack the dome and join the herd in the best seats at the best prices, now starting at $15.50. Led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips and quarterback Chase Garbers. Experience the excitement. Head to theUFL.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. It's the Brahmas versus the Battlehawks Sunday. Kickoff in the Dome is at 2. Get your tickets now at theUFL.com. Vamos Brahmas!
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. The government will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000 with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may be entitled to a significant financial reward for your Camp Lejeune claim and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement with your VA benefits fully protected. But the deadline for filing is fast approaching, so you need to act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune, and with the deadline coming, you need to call now or you may forever lose your right to a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-738-2277, 800-738-2277, 800-738-2277.
When was the last time you went to the dentist? Need a new dentist? Hi, Jason Minix here. Go see my dentist at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Smile Structure can handle all your dentistry needs, from general dentistry to oral surgery, orthodontics for the kids, or Invisalign for adults. Mention this ad, get a free exam and x-rays. Veteran owned with 5 San Antonio area locations. Learn more and book an appointment online at smilestructure.com. That's smilestructure.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Tony Pollard, and you're listening to the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dude, we can put that one in the trash can. We don't want to hear from some Tennessee Titan. Come on.
Come on, Tony.
Come on.
You keep it, Pledge. It's good. It's golden.
Sure.
Golden.
8 takes to do that.
No, it didn't.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along here on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yes. Great Tuesday afternoon. Back in the studio for a day. Back out tomorrow.
Back out tomorrow with the big blind.
The big blind.
And then on Thursday, we're back here in studio.
Okay.
But we'll also judge meat.
We'll judge meat on Thursday.
We do it every Thursday.
Doesn't matter where we're at. We're judging.
Always
meat.
like
my meat big. Exactly. Juicy. Cooked to perfection.
Mm-hmm.
All of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying out a new chair today. You notice this?
We're trying out all kinds of new things today that we're having issues with.
And I'm like,
welcome back to the studio, they say.
This one spins, right? So I'm having a hard time keeping still. It's like I'm going, woo.
What
My other one didn't spin.
Yeah.
This one spins.
So you like to sit and spin, do you?
Well, depends.
What do you mean it depends?
Sure. I mean, no, I don't spin. I just sit. You get the other spinner going.
Yeah, I got you. So you're lazy.
I was trying to think of how that would work.
You're kind of lazy in that regard, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'd have to be like I'd have to have some good ab strength to be like a.
I'm just gonna let you keep talking.
I'm just saying, you get those images in your mind.
That
and
we
it's
really,
like, let's see.
The only thing that we know now is that you're lazy. You let her do all the work.
Of course. No, I'll help.
You'll turn her when you need it.
I'll push. She's a spinner. Woo.
Mm-hmm. You all right?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yes.
All good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Got to figure this chair out.
Well, you could go back to the other chair.
I could, but we're trying to get lower. So, because you and I sit across from each other.
We do.
And so it's still like the same camera level. And so we're not like looking up or down or whatever. We're trying to help out the folks that are on our YouTube
Well, it would
page.
just be awesome. They would put mounted cameras here in the studio,
Well,
which is what they're looking at doing.
I think that's what
Yes.
they're checking out.
Yes.
And of course, they waited till
The middle of the
showtime
show
to come check that out.
Well,
But that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. Go from there. I know we're going to get into some Cowboy talk, but Jason wants to talk about Zach Edey as a Spur. Let's real quick go to Jason. You're on the Blitz, man. What's up?
Hey guys, yeah, a good work chair, you can't replace it. I drive a lot, and I'm not so much on the spin stuff, but yeah, your chair's got to be, your chair game has to be spot on, or the day gets kind of
Jason, I am glad to know that you don't have a spinning chair while you're driving.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
No, not at all. But this Edey, I had a cancellation, so I'm driving around. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call in this Edey thing. I'm exactly where you guys are at, but instead of trying to shoot it down, Pledge. Sorry. I thought about this. If they got him, and I agree with you, Joe, he's not a top 10 pick. He's a nice to have, not a need to have. But if him and Wemby were on the floor defensively, they can shut everything from a 10-foot arc completely. Then that leaves you three people to defend the 3-point line, which can turn your opponents into mid-range jump shooters. With, as we're saying, no one does that. And plus, with two bigs on the floor, your off-the-ball screen game could be brutal. So I don't know. I just thought that would be a nice thing to say. I'm trying to be nice to Edey. We're talking about it. A little contribution here.
Well, it's a good contribution, Jason.
Yeah.
Look, I understand what he's saying, and I get that. I just don't think. I think the Spurs have other needs. And as Zach Edey, he's a shiny object. We got to watch him for a lot, throughout the tournament. Last night, all eyes were on him, and you could see him in a Spurs uniform. And I don't think as the team is constructed or will be, hopefully, in my mind, a Zach Edey is not the answer.
It's interesting, though, watching the tournament, not just last night, but the entire tournament. More people have asked me about Zach Edey to the Spurs than any other player. There is something about Zach Edey that there's a curiosity, but what we think of, is he a Spur? Does he fit that mold? And
I think
could you see it? And I think there is an attraction too. I'm guessing because nobody has said, man, this is the answer. This is who. Like everybody wants to talk themselves into this guy,
yeah, exactly,
and myself included. Can his agent sell the Spurs on? Hey, he could be that guy. It's bizarre.
Look, the Spurs could have as high as number 3, right?
They could have as high as number 1.
High as number 1.
Yes.
You're not taking Zach Edey at any of those.
No.
He's not a top 10 guy.
No.
You're not taking him there.
Late first round, your second, it's like a couple years ago, they got Keldon and Lucas Sandwich, and, they were both first round guys. They just got them in the wrong order. Right?
Well, and most likely neither one of those guys will be a Spur next year. One guy's out already. The other one probably won't be far behind.
Yeah, his first time might be over.
Yeah,
I don't expect to see Keldon on the floor this week after
we'll see.
A bit of teammate.
Obviously, I'm more of a biter. And me and Keldon, we're biters. Who did he bite? Was it Zach Collins? It wasn't Collins.
No, it wasn't Collins.
Was it?
It was Scarface.
It was Champagny.
Yeah,
Champagny.
He's Scarface now.
Yeah.
So this morning on ESPN, Dan Graziani was talking about Dak and his contract. And at this point, nobody knows anything. No matter what reporter you're listening to, nobody knows anything. Could it be in August? I could see it happening in August. If I were to bet money, I would bet that Dak will have a new deal at some point in Oxnard during training camp, somewhere around his birthday. That would be my guess. In August, he will start the season with a new contract.
Okay.
I do not see Jerry letting Dak play out this year and becoming a free agent next year. Dan Graziano this morning on ESPN said,
I don't think either one of those deals happens in the 2024 calendar year.
What?
So let's say Dak next year, because they're going to have to, right? Like, he'll be a free agent if he gets to next March. So I would say that happens after next season ends, and then maybe Micah happens next summer.
Okay.
So he's talking about Micah and Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Now, Micah, you're in no hurry unless he forces the issue and holds out like Zeke Elliott did. That's a possibility. I guess Graziano's assuming that CeeDee Lamb will get done. But look, I can see that happening. And I can see Jerry saying, play. Let's go. And you've got until March. See how the season goes. And then you make your call.
The problem with that, right now, Dak has all the leverage. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll have even more next March.
How could he have more?
He would, because he would have the option, I'm leaving.
And what if he has a horrible season this year?
He's still going to make $60 million a year.
Well, see,
and that's the thing.
That's just like nails on a chalkboard.
Do you risk losing Dak Prescott if you're Jerry Jones?
It depends on what he does in the draft. Will they draft the quarterback?
I mean, look, if the Cowboys draft a quarterback in that first round, if Michael Penix is there, Bo Nix is there when the Cowboys draft, and they take one of those, then yeah, this is Dak's last year. It's been fun. But when you look at the idea of Dak becoming a free agent, Dak has bet on himself multiple times.
Sure.
Dak would not have a problem going into this year without a contract. His history tells you that he would do that. But then he would have the option of either signing a deal to stay with Dallas next year,
right,
or seeing what he could actually get on the open market. Maybe he ends up with more.
He might.
If there is a bidding war. Found it interesting that of all days today, The Athletic has an article looking at the potential free agents for 2025. Now, a lot of these guys, we expect to get deals before the start of this season, so they won't become free agents next year. But as we sit right now, these are the guys who will be free agents next year without a Justin Jefferson.
Of course.
That's not a surprise. Although I expect him to sign a deal with Minnesota. They're not going to let him go.
And you talk about him having the leverage. He's going to want to see what the quarterback situation is there. Sam Darnold's going to be the quarterback this year. But what do? Is Minnesota moving up? Are they going to take J.J. McCarthy? That's what a lot of mock drafts have them doing. So who's the quarterback going to be? That's going to weigh heavily on Jefferson's decision.
Number 2 on the list is Jordan Love.
He'll get a deal.
He'll get a deal with Green Bay. Right? All right. Number 3, Tristan Wirfs, the tackle with Tampa Bay.
Well, you got to figure Tampa Bay wants to keep him.
Yeah. Then you got a linebacker, DeForest Buckner, defensive tackle with the Colts, 30 years old. We'll see. CeeDee Lamb is number 5 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he gets a deal, but I expect him to. Then let's see. You got the linebacker from Cleveland, Brandon Ayuk with San Francisco is number 7 on the list. Let's see. Tua is number 8 on the list. And at number 9, Dak Prescott.
I was really surprised by this. That Tua was ahead of Dak Prescott. And that might surprise everybody listening after my fond thoughts of Dak. But Tua, I don't trust the guy to stay healthy. When he's healthy, he's a pretty decent quarterback.
Sure. And he's 26, where Dak is 31.
Sure.
And I'm guessing age has something to do with it. Just jumping ahead a little bit, number 13 on the list is 29-year-old Jared Goff. So the reason I say this is, all right, so you've got 2 quarterbacks ahead of Dak on this list of potential free agent quarterbacks next year. You've got Jared Goff behind Dak. Of the quarterbacks that are going to be available next year, if you're the Cowboys, if you're Jerry and Dak, we're going to let you walk. Your options are Jared Goff and Tua. Are you actually, and they're all going to command about the same amount of money. Are you upgrading at the position, or are you just putting a fresh body in that position?
If you're going to get rid of Dak, if you're going to let him walk, or you're going to draft a quarterback, I don't think you're going to go out and get a Jared Goff or a Tua or anybody else. Maybe you get a bridge like Minnesota's doing this year with the Sam Darnold route, a bridge into and let that rookie quarterback get comfortable. But if you're going to replace Dak, if the Cowboys are serious about that, Man, I wish they would be. If they are serious about that, then they're going to draft somebody. They're going to have somebody there. Now, we keep forgetting about Trey Lance.
Well, nobody's forgetting about Trey Lance. He's not an option.
Well, everybody's forgetting about him because they're going to decline his 5th-year option in May. That's when they have to do that. He's going to have 1 year left with the Cowboys. What do they do with this guy? How much of an opportunity do they give him? I mean, he's going to play every preseason game, right? He's going to get a lot of playing time in the preseason. But unless something happens to Dak, we're not going to see him again.
And they're not going to pick. I don't look at Trey Lance as an option. But when you look at, unless they make a trade for somebody, but what quarterback out there right now would be an upgrade over Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys? And that has to factor in for Jerry and Steven and Mike McCarthy as they're planning their offense. Unless you're going to let them walk and hope you get lucky in the draft, which I don't see that plan happening. While that might be the smarter plan from a financial standpoint, just, all right, we've run the course with this group. Let's suck for 3 or 4 years and try to build it back up. But Jerry's 80. Yeah, he's not
81.
Even worse. He's not starting over. I just don't see that as an option when you've got an owner like Jerry who's competitive to sit there and say, all right, we're going to have 3 years where we know we're not going to be very good. This isn't like, hey, what the Spurs have been going through. Let's suck for a couple of years and not go to the playoffs for 5 straight years because we need to go get this Wemby guy. Or the Astros when they lost 100 games for 3 straight years trying to build up the farm system that did result in championships. That kind of plan is not going to work right now with an 81-year-old owner.
Well, your plan right now with what you have isn't working. If that's the ultimate goal, it's not working. And you're not going to be able to get anybody around. You're going to have to get lucky in the draft.
Sure.
You're going to have to.
But it's got to be more than just trying to get lucky. And can they be smart with the guys they can sign on a budget? And look, we saw the Houston Texans do this last year in a roundabout way. They signed a lot of veteran guys on cheap 1-year deals, but they were the right kind of guys to go into that locker room. They weren't expecting much. Well, look at how well they played. They end up in the postseason. So that can happen. It's more than just getting lucky in the draft, but now they've really got to manage that cap with the contracts they have with those 3 big ones to stay competitive. The question, if you're Jerry Jones, because it hasn't worked yet with Dak, and all these bills are coming due to steal lines from Jerry Jones, but he still gives you your best option to win.
If he's got players around him. And to me, they're not going to be able to do that. They're just not. And when you've got all your money tied up in 4 players, which the Cowboys are about to have happen. I said CeeDee Lamb's going to get paid this year. Dak Prescott, if you pay him the $60 million you're talking about, $300 million bucks. I mean, and then Micah Parsons, where's the money for anybody else? And the last time I checked, football's a team sport. You can't win with 4 guys.
No, well, and again, everybody's going to get paid. And you look around and you see lots of teams with high payrolls with a lot of money going to a couple of guys. We talked about it a couple of years ago. The Rams went all in. And they did. And then they had to pay for winning that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
and now they're building. Well, again, they're building back up. So don't tell me it can't be done because the Rams just did it. The Buccaneers did it.
Have you seen any indication that Jerry Jones is going to spend over and above the salary cap like the Rams did? I don't see that any happening at all. They got a lot of star players over there, and then they had a hell of a payroll, and it extended the salary cap.
Yeah.
Same thing Tampa Bay did. Wouldn't that be worth it to win a championship, even if you suck for the next couple of years? Because guess what? Everybody's talking about the Rams this year being a player again.
Yeah.
It only took 2 years. That's it. Doesn't take that long anymore.
Took 2 years and a massive retirement. That salary off the books.
Absolutely.
Get that salary off the books. So
it doesn't take that long, Jason.
Well,
I mean, you talk about 5-6 year plan. That doesn't happen anymore.
But you're talking about that. They still have a quarterback on a high dollar contract.
Sure.
Right?
They do.
Okay. But you just told me it can't happen. You just said it can't happen.
It's not $60 million. It's not that.
Until he says, hey, it's time to redo my deal.
And Matthew Stafford's not going to get more than $60 million. Come on.
Sure.
It's impossible.
You didn't think Kirk Cousins was going to get 50 a year.
Well, I mean, Atlanta's stupid.
Yeah, Atlanta's stupid. Yes, Atlanta's stupid.
But Atlanta's got some rookie deals that they're dealing with. The Cowboys don't.
Well,
I mean, and you look at San Francisco again, rookie quarterback.
Uh-huh.
They're able to add pieces around that rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Same with Houston. That's why they're able to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the issue. You take the quarterback out of the conversation, and then you can add pieces.
Uh-huh.
You've got money to do that.
Okay.
So Dak, bye-bye.
Well, again, I haven't seen Houston win a title yet. I haven't seen San
Francisco.
Francisco.
They went farther than Dallas, didn't they?
But does it matter if you don't win a title?
Of course it
San
does.
Francisco didn't win a title.
Of course it does.
When was the last quarterback on a rookie deal to win the title? I mean,
well, you guys told me it was Russell Wilson and somebody else, right?
I'm just saying though. So you can win while you're paying your quarterback.
Well,
and Kansas City was able to do it by getting rid of one of their best receivers.
Well, Dak Prescott ain't no Patrick Mahomes.
No, he's not.
So not even close.
No, nobody's saying he is.
Okay, so there's the difference. They had nobody. They had a bunch of no-name people, and Mahomes dragged that team across the finish line. But
the Rams, the Bucks, who are the recent Super Bowl champs? All right, they all did it with quarterbacks that were high-priced. High-priced quarterbacks.
Okay.
So it can be done.
But they added pieces. If Jerry would do that, that'd be great.
Joe, you keep saying you can't win a quarterback, or you can't win by paying Dak, but you name all these teams with quarterbacks on rookie deals. They haven't gotten it done. I mean, Joe Burrow was the closest. He got to a Super Bowl and lost. Brock Purdy got to a Super Bowl and lost.
Money. You've got to spend some money. And Jerry's showing no indication of doing that. None.
Well,
I mean, none whatsoever. I mean, how many teams went out and were active in the free agent market? Not that that's
all of them but the Cowboys.
Every one of them.
Every one of them but the Cowboys.
The NFC.
We got one linebacker.
NFC is going to be much better. It's not going to be the cakewalk that the Cowboys had last year.
So they're not going to have a bunch of tomato cans?
No. They're not.
And everybody's on a one-year deal right now. Jerry Jones.
Let them play.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's still upset.
He's still mad.
I don't blame him.
He's still mad.
He got embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Tomorrow, the Blitz is going to be live out at the Big Blind Poker House.
Absolutely, and I can't wait for that. Going to be live out there. Look, it's the premier poker house in San Antonio. There is nothing better, and I've been to a lot of them. None of them compare to that. Not to mention the fact that we're doing this on Wednesday night, which happens to be the Big Blind's one of its big nights. They have big nights every night of the week, but Wednesday night is something special. They have their 6K tournament. Starts at 6:15, which is perfect for that because we'll get off the air and there old Joe will find his seat. The buy-in's only $60. You can re-enter for another $60. Then you can play free cash the entire night with a tournament entry, plus 2 free cocktail vouchers with tournament entry. I plan to be in that tournament tomorrow after the Blitz is finished with their broadcast. So if you want to challenge me in this tournament or anybody else is going to be there, because there will be some good poker players there, come on out to the Big Blind tomorrow night. Let's play some poker. Look, it's from the owners of the Roux Pub and the Angry Elephant, so you know it's going to be great. Food's going to be great. The beverages served directly to your table. Full bar, TVs all over the place. Come out to the Big Blind. Go out there tonight, get some practice in. You might need it. I'll be there tomorrow for the 6K $60 buy-in. I cannot wait. You know where it is. It's right down from the Roux Pub and the Angry Elephant right there at 281 and Redland Road.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Don't let pain keep you from doing the things you love. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. Whether you've been living with chronic and nagging pain for years, or if you've recently experienced an injury, our goal is to get you out of pain as quickly as possible. Arasti is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, Arasti accepts most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
As we wind down the NBA regular season, still time to get in on the action at Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. Jason Minix here from the Blitz. I love playing the Pick'em game, a fantasy game where you can win real money, and it's legal in Texas. Love playing the Pick'em game where you pick between 2 and 5 players and select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you could win up to 100 times your money, and it's certainly a lot of fun to play and adds excitement to watching the silver and black. So go to the Underdog Fantasy app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, you'll get a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, use my promo code STAR when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Folks, quality is a huge deal. It's what I look for when I recommend something to my listeners. It means you can depend on it. Quality means it won't let you down. It's something you can be proud of. Well, that's the definition of a Connecticut water softener. With other water softener brands, you just never know. Maybe they work half the time or they're just plain junk. A Connecticut water softener is up to 80% more efficient than competing models and will be the last water softener you'll ever own. That's because you're buying quality, and it's backed up with an outstanding 10-year warranty, too. If you're ready to enjoy all the benefits that come with quality, bring home a Connecticut water softener. Call the team at Connecticut at 656-PURE or online at ConnecticutSA.com. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com, and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stopped, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text DRAFT to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for a year. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text DRAFT to 200-300 right now. Text the word DRAFT to 200-300. Don't wait. Text DRAFT to 200-300.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs back in action tonight. They are in Memphis. They're going to be without Keldon Johnson. He's dealing with a left foot sprain that he suffered in that loss to Philly on Sunday. Tip-off between the Spurs and the Grizz is set for 7 o'clock. Major League Baseball, the Astros on the road in Kansas City to open up a series with the Royals. First pitch tonight, 6:40. Rangers start a series in Arlington against the Oakland Athletics, 6:30 right here on 94.1.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions.
Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
84.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you along here on a Tuesday afternoon.
Howdy, everybody.
Howdy.
Yes.
Not just any Tuesday.
No.
James Pledger's birthday.
That's right.
That kind of Tuesday.
Congrats, Pledge. Happy birthday.
See, you could tell Pledge is like a college girl.
Uh-huh.
Because he celebrated his birthday on Saturday with a big party.
Sure.
And this weekend he'll celebrate his birthday again, but he'll share that one. But there's another big thing coming up this week, right? In there? Yeah. But our company gives you the day off on your birthday.
Yes.
But Pledge craves attention.
Uh-huh.
And lunch. So he, instead of taking the day off, he's working. This morning, apparently, he was chiming in on the Morning Huddle's YouTube chat.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way too early to be up to begin with on your birthday at all days. But, I mean, he wants the attention of his birthday. So send him a tweet. Congratulate him on making it around the sun. He survived the eclipse and all that kind of stuff. And is having a birthday today.
Well, and that's all well and good, but just full transparency, you don't have to take your birthday off. You can pocket that said birthday holiday and use it somewhere else.
You can.
Yes. So I'm sure that's what Pledge is thinking.
Because Pledge always uses every one of his vacation days.
No, he does not.
Never.
But, Pledge enjoys work.
He does. No, he enjoys attention.
Well,
and he knew he was going to
in the right business.
He was going to get lunch today, and opted for gizzards and chicken strips Tender Tuesday.
Now, I got to get the full story here because Minix brought in a box of gizzards.
That's not true.
No, you did.
That really is not true.
Well, you paid for a box of gizzards.
I gave Pledge money and said, "Go get what you want."
No.
Yes.
I just don't think that's the way it went.
It's literally the way it went.
Pledge, can you get on the mic, please?
I'm working on something. What's up?
I want to know the full story here, Pledge. Were you told to get gizzards? Don't lie, Pledge. Everybody's listening.
Told?
Were you asked to get gizzards? Yes, you were. The hesitation tells me everything I need to know.
There may have been a mutual suggestion of gizzards.
For the record. Pledge, where do you want to go?
Bushes.
Brisket sandwich is kind of what I was aiming for.
Right.
Like, it's Tender Tuesday. He said, "Do you want gizzards?" And I said, "Get a couple. I don't want the whole box of gizzards."
Uh-huh.
He
brought
got
a couple dozen.
He did.
I ordered the small one, opened it, and I went, "This looks like more than 8."
Well, because they don't sell them, and they're thinking, "Oh, here's a sucker. Just put them all in the box."
Nothing wrong with that.
That's exactly what happened.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Those were awful. I'm going to tell you what, they were terrible.
They were not.
They were terrible.
They're wonderful.
It's nothing against Bush's. The chicken strips were fantastic.
Uh-huh.
But the gizzards were gizzards.
But you're not a gizzard guy. It's chewy fried deliciousness.
Dude, I don't know what I'm chewing on, though. That's the problem.
Sometimes you don't ask.
Because they just get gooey and sticky and stick all over everything.
It's not sticky.
Gizzards.
It's just chewy.
Just saying that. Hey.
So if it was called something else.
Wait, it would help.
You eat the fried leftover crumbs and pay for those at Long John Silver's. Right?
Well, they go with the fish.
Well, the gizzards go with the chicken. Literally came out of the chicken. They go together.
But they don't.
Yeah, but they do.
They don't.
They do.
Gizzards. That just sounds like, yes, I'll have a glass of red wine. Give me that salad over there, too. And gizzards.
Well, see, first off, you're not at a country club.
I'm just saying.
You're not ordering gizzards while drinking red wine. You want a nice ice cold beer and some fried chicken and gizzards. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll have a cold beer and a couple of chicken breasts. Gizzards. I mean, it's just, how do you do that?
Yeah, gizzards.
Gizzards.
Uh-huh.
Give me some gizzards, honey.
You're gonna name your next dog Gizzard.
Gizzard.
I could see it now.
Joe started off as Trev Alberts and ended it as Jimbo Fisher.
Jeez.
Howdy.
Gizzards.
Howdy.
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 Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your lunch. I did. I appreciate you springing for lunch.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I mean, it's Pledge's birthday.
That was nice. And Pledge wasn't at the Rue Pub yesterday, where I bought lunch for you and grumpy ass Greg Shelton.
Looking for credit all of a
I'm
sudden?
just saying,
I mean, trying to even the playing
yes,
field here.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Nothing like buying a guy's birthday lunch when he's not even there.
Well,
I mean, it's a hell of a lot cheaper when you're not paying for Pledge.
I bought grumpy ass Greg Shelton.
You did. Who actually smiled in a photo yesterday?
He actually did. So
Yes.
we gave away tickets.
Yeah.
How
So
about that?
I mean, the dirtiest of dirty jokes will get him to smile. And boobs.
Well, boobs.
Yeah.
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 Just saying.
He did bring me Dairy Queen tacos last week.
I did.
Actually,
See that?
he brought himself Dairy Queen tacos and he shared.
Dude, I can't eat 6 tacos. I brought 6 tacos.
But you brought the ghost pepper one just for a video that we recorded this video with these things, and I don't think it's hit our socials yet.
I don't think
we recorded one of you eating a gizzard today,
You
and I don't
did.
think that one has hit the socials yet. I think our social guys sleep at the wheel.
Maybe so. I don't
Is
know
the door
where they're at.
closed?
It is.
Yeah.
He's asleep in there.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Minix, I thought we were going to lose him last week.
Well, the first 2 bites of that was okay. Then the third one bit me.
Dude,
The third bite with
those
that hot stuff was just
they were not
stupid.
that hot.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yeah,
were they
dude.
hot, Pledge? They weren't hot at
It
all.
was not. That
Are you
Not at
kidding?
all.
I mean, I started to sweat. My nose was starting to run. I thought I was going to die. I
Dude.
literally thought, holy crap, what did I just do?
Yeah, for a guy from Texas, you need to buckle up a little bit. I'd start eating some hot stuff just so you get used to it.
I love the flavor, not the heat. I can't handle the heat.
The heat's the best part.
Well, not really.
No,
the
it
flavor
is.
is. I mean, when it's so damn hot, you can't taste anything afterwards. That kind of defeats the point. That
wasn't
defeats
that
that.
hot.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Pledge had 4 tacos, I think, and he was fine.
It was good. And I'm not a heat guy.
Well, pull the good stuff off of there and scraped it into the trash can and just basically had the Dairy Queen taco meat and shell. You know, the lettuce and the tomatoes and the cheese and the fire was all in his trash can.
Well, that makes sense. then.
That's why
I
he was
even
able
had
to
a little-
eat them.
I added some hot sauce to that taco.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
man.
they
you
were
gotta
awful. It was disgusting.
No, they were good.
No, what was it called?
You
Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper, not gizzards.
See, I think you should put some of that Reaper sauce on your gizzards. You'd be in hog heaven.
I'm not ever eating a gizzard again.
You'll eat one before 6 o'clock.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
I'm already feeling.
You are not. It might be because you had 10 chicken fingers
Well,
today.
it may be, but I don't. Everybody's telling me you don't want to look up what a gizzard is.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know.
I don't, and I don't want to know.
You don't want to know. And who cares? They're good.
Yeah, no, they're
good.
They're awful.
Awful, huh?
They're not good.
UConn is good. They're really
Yes,
good.
UConn's
They
great.
go back to back. We're talking about last night's national championship game coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you who else is really, really good. That's all the pros down at Parkhurst New Vision. Dr. Parkhurst and his staff are the best in the business. There's nobody any better. You've heard me talking about my lens replacement surgery. And again, my eyes are so much better than they were when I was a young dude 30 years ago. I see better now than I did then. And it's all thanks to Dr. Parkhurst and his staff. They are incredibly good. They can do the same thing for you. You got to take that first step, though, and give them a call. The number to call is 210-585-2020. You can also check them out online at sanantoniolasik.com. Look, when you call Parkhurst New Vision at 210-585-2020, you're going to set up a consultation. Go in there, let them know that Joe Reinigle from the Blitz sent you over there, and then ask any questions you want. They'll tell you exactly what they're going to do, and you're going to be happy when you walk out of there. Best part about looking at social media, when you look at Parkhurst New Vision on social media, you see all the happy customers that they have helped. They have. The list is lengthy, and I am part of that satisfied customer. You can be as well. Call Parkhurst New Vision and do it today. 210-585-2020.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle, it is par 3 day at the Masters. We'll get you going as the sun rises. We'll keep you up to date.
Plus, did the Spurs win on Tuesday night? Did they get magic number 20? We have all the answers, and we'll see you bright and early, starting at 6.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Fellow Americans, former CIA officer Jason Hansen here. Market instability and soaring debt have put your retirement at risk. For protection, I recommend diversifying into physical gold from Advantage Gold, a 5-star rated gold company I've used for years. Their customer service is unmatched. Call 800-741-GOLD now and say Jason Hansen sent you and get a free 2024 gold investing kit. Again, call 800-741-GOLD.
Are you ready to party with a purpose? Taste of the Northside is Thursday, April 18th at the beautiful Security Service Event Center. This elevated fiesta event for foodies includes on-site covered parking, entertainment, unlimited tastings from over 30 premier restaurants, countless curated wines and craft beers, hosted by Brighton Center, presented by HEB. Purchase tickets at tasteofthenorthside.org. Proceeds benefit Brighton Center, the largest nonprofit in San Antonio serving children with disabilities through pediatric therapy and education initiatives.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. N61, visit staples.com/print for details.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just text DRAFT to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for no dollars down, no payments, and no interest for a year. That's right. You don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Text DRAFT to 200-300 right now. Text the word DRAFT to 200-300. Don't wait. Text DRAFT to 200-300.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It's Tuesday. I think we could all agree the women's NCAA tournament was a lot more exciting than the men.
It was.
The championship game certainly was a much better game than what we saw from the men. First 20 minutes last night for the men was solid. Second half, UConn pulled away. The ratings dominated by the ladies.
Yeah, about 4 million or so better than the men's. It brings up a question for you. And I'm really curious about it. You know, the men play 2 halves, 20-minute halves. The women still play quarters.
Why?
Yeah.
You know, my wife asked me that question. You know what my answer was?
You don't know?
Because they do. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, especially for the men, who a lot of those guys are going to the NBA where they still play 4 quarters. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I should know. I don't give a damn. I'm not spending time looking it up. Probably knew at one point, didn't retain that. I'll go from there. But when you look at just what you got from both games, to a degree expected, South Carolina was the better team all year.
Yes.
Iowa, though, stayed within striking distance, 2 possessions. Get a stop, get a 3. You know, you just felt like until about a minute and a half to go in that game, Iowa had a chance. Could Caitlin Clark win that title? Last night, about 15 minutes to go in the second half, you knew UConn was going to win. It was just a matter of how much and would it be by double digits. Purdue, as talented as Zach Edey is, so one-dimensional as a team, and everything goes through him. And it was kind of like Hurley's plan was, all right, let Zach Edey get his. Nobody else is going to beat us.
Exactly.
And it worked.
Yeah, nobody else stepped up for Purdue at all. It was all Zach Edey. They're getting the ball down low. And I think that probably was Hurley's deal. Hey, Zach Edey can't beat us by himself, and nobody else is doing anything. So that was the case, and it's too bad. But UConn, obviously, I wasn't convinced at the beginning of the tournament, but certainly convinced now. They're head and shoulders above everybody else.
I am glad that after they get the trophy and cut down nets, get confetti and all that you are finally convinced that they are the best team in college basketball.
Some people are hard-headed.
I mean,
it
they
takes
won
a while.
every game by double digits.
Unbelievable.
Right?
Unbelievable.
But I did not think they would go back-to-back.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the beginning of the tournament. When we did the re-bracket, I said then I would take UConn, but I was going to stay with Houston because that was my original pick. UConn's just dominant. And to go back-to-back, and it hasn't been done since Florida did it in, 2007? It's so hard to do. And I thought Dan Hurley's answer last night was pretty telling of the mindset of a coach in a team, that going back-to-back, does it feel any different winning it this year versus last year?
It doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, it's the same, feeling that you have. You just feel so light right now. And you know what though? Maybe it feels a little bit better because it's like the last thing. Knowing how great this team's been, we've taken. We've worn the everything shirt the whole year. And everyone in this organization gave everything so that we could win everything this year. The MTE that we were in, the Big East regular season, the Big East tournament, the regional, and the national championship. So we wanted to give everything so that we could win absolutely everything. And the thought of like Cam Spencer and Steph Castle in their short window of time with us, not to experience a national championship like we all have felt. Once we realized how good the team was, that became a little bit of a pressure point. It would have sucked today to have, blue and yellow confetti, and we'll have to walk off that court with Cam Spencer and Steph Castle.
Yeah, well, of course it would have sucked, no matter who you're walking off the court with.
Yeah, sure, it sucked for Purdue.
Yes, it sucked for them. Way to go, UConn. Good job. It's going to be interesting to see what Hurley does. Is he going to take the bait and go to Kentucky, or does he stay at UConn?
You know, with Coach Cal announcing today he's officially leaving, and of course the rumors about Cal to Arkansas dropping last night on National Championship Day, you knew that those questions would come, and a guy like Hurley would be near the top, if not at the top of the list for Kentucky. The guy doesn't even get to enjoy his championship moment before those questions get asked.
You're not going to entertain any conversations with anybody else that might have a job coming open tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't think that's a concern. My wife, you should have her answer that.
So he didn't really answer, huh?
No, he really didn't answer.
That was not, I'm not interested. Yeah, talk to my wife.
Yeah. I wish somebody would have said, well, where is she?
Yeah.
Let's ask her.
Well, let her enjoy the moment. Let her enjoy the moment. You can argue whether the UConn job is better than the Kentucky job all you want. UConn right now, they're right there. I mean, back-to-back titles, they've won 6. Very few programs have. So you could put them in the blue blood category. But Dan Hurley is a historian of the game. Taking over at Kentucky, you would have to think that would be one of the dream jobs for any aspiring coach, right? It's kind of like the Alabama football job. I mean, like there are some jobs that you just look at. But I go back to something, and I saw that last night, Bleacher Report tweeted this out. When Dan Hurley was at UConn 2020, UConn had missed 3 straight NCAA tournaments. You listen to what he said. This was in 2020 as he was building this thing.
I just think we're in year 2 of a rebuild, man. Like this, UConn. This isn't the way UConn's looked. We're on our way back. We got exciting young players. We got an older group of guys that are gonna get enough wins this year that they'll feel good about the way their career ended. We got some exciting young players that are gonna help lead us back. We're gonna continue to recruit and develop and bring in the type of players that will bring UConn back. People better get us now. That's all. You better get us now, because it's coming.
Boy, did he have a crystal ball or
Dude,
what?
I mean, that was in 2020.
Yeah.
And now he's back-to-back national champion. He has built this program back. I mean, it was, and now it is again. But if Kentucky calls, does he have is it there? Would he stay? I mean, because also he's achieved everything that he set out to do at UConn.
He did.
Can we build this program back up and win a national championship? He did that. He's won 2.
Can he win 3?
Well, and the question is going to be, does he look at, Calipari, he won early at Kentucky. He hasn't won lately, and people are excited that he's leaving. They're helping him pack.
I think it's going to come down to money, basically. Because UConn's going to, they know they're having this conversation too. They don't want to let him get away. They know that Kentucky job is open. I have a feeling there's going to be an offer for an extension with a hefty raise for Coach Hurley sooner rather than later. It's going to be interesting to see what Kentucky comes with and if Kentucky's looking his way, and they should be and probably are.
What I don't know about UConn athletics, and let's go UConn basketball, because we know what their football program is not. What is their NIL situation? Because with every coach now, that is such a topic. I mean, you're dealing with the portal and you're dealing with NIL. Now, you're probably in a non-NIL era, it would be a lot easier for Hurley to get guys back to UConn. But now with the NIL and guys going where they can get paid the most, Cal isn't going to end up at Arkansas because he doesn't have enough money to get everybody he wants, right? Is there enough money for Hurley to get the guys that he wants? Because the one thing about that UConn team yesterday, and you look at this tournament, when they put that graphic up during the game last night, every one of their games, they had a different leading scorer.
Yeah.
I mean, that by definition, team basketball, go with the hot hand. Can you continue to recruit and play that style in the NIL era.
Yes, you can. And I think what's going to have to change in Kentucky is the way that the culture that Calipari built there. And the culture was bring you in, one and done. I'm going to make you rich in the NBA.
Yep.
I mean, that's what he did. And he made a lot of guys rich in the NBA. And a lot of guys have got him to thank partly for their career in the NBA. A lot of those guys still playing right now. But I think UConn deserves to be in the conversation now as one of the premier basketball schools in the country. I mean, they've won those 6 championships since 2000. So, I mean, they've been I would say dynasty, but they've certainly been the model school over the past 25 years.
Although, and I say this for a long time, and yes, UConn has won some men's titles, a bunch of them. But I still think most people think UConn athletics, they think of that women's basketball team first.
Sure, they might.
I mean, you know what I mean? It is interesting, like how good of a job is the UConn job if you're comparing it to Kentucky, and you've just won 2 championships there.
I think it is. It's still very attractive. You've won 2 championships. Kentucky hasn't done anything since what, 2012?
Yeah,
they've done nothing. So I'm look, if I'm Hurley and the money's even, I'm staying at UConn. I'm not going to Kentucky.
He's a Northeast guy.
He is.
And so he's home. He's comfortable there.
And I think right now, UConn is the premier basketball school in the United States in college basketball.
So who's up for the Kentucky job?
I think there's going to be a lot of names. I mean, we threw out, Scott Drew's name has been mentioned. There's been some others.
Scott Drew, Shaka Smart.
Yeah,
I mean, Chris Beard.
I would steer clear of Shaka Smart if I'm Kentucky. The dude just can't win. He just can't. Every time I get sucked into Marquette,
if you're Mark Few, do you leave Gonzaga finally?
Maybe. Although he likes Gonzaga and he likes where they're at. So
but
it's going to be tough to pry him out of there.
I mean, you just look at it. It'll be an interesting hire because
it's going to be a name.
What I feel like I know about college basketball, I don't anymore. The idea that somebody would leave Arkansas to go to USC, unless the guy just wants to have a nice beach house with a great view in Southern California, why would you leave the Arkansas job for USC? That's not a better basketball job. At USC.
Let's see, Arkansas, LA.
Well, look, I would much rather live in LA than I would Arkansas.
Yes,
but when you're thinking about college programs, and now that USC program is going to the Big Ten, that job is even
and
tougher.
They're losing their best player in Bronny James. Wow.
Wow, did you just say best player?
Dude, he wasn't even close. I was a little hint of sarcasm there.
It's dripping.
Yes.
But again, though, that made no, I mean, waking up, Calipari leaving Kentucky for the Arkansas job. I thought it was an April Fool's joke a week late.
But with Calipari, though, it makes sense.
It was
really does.
Time to go.
Yeah.
And he found the landing spot.
He was stinky
with
in Kentucky.
a lot of NIL dollars coming his way. Going to be interesting to see how it all shapes up.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Micah Parsons apparently is wearing thin in the Cowboys locker room.
Is he getting stinky
according
too?
to some. Yeah, some people are tired of him.
Okay.
I mean, they say that anyway.
Yeah. Speaking
of tired, if you're dealing with a lack of energy, motivation, maybe low libido, they could all be symptoms of low T levels. Guys, did you know your testosterone levels start to decline in your 30s? So if you're feeling that lack of energy, that drive, you need to get your levels tested. Go to Synergenics. They've got locations all over San Antonio. Their medical providers exclusively specialize in customized testosterone treatment, and they make it quick and easy to get your levels checked. Go to Synergenics and get your levels tested. You're going to get your results back at your first visit because they have the on-site lab. So book that appointment. Go to the website, fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com. At Synergenics, you will get customized care from testosterone specialists and help you get off the couch and doing things the way you used to. The important thing is to get tested. Take that first step. Book your appointment now. The website, fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
San Antonio's sports star,
I lock up my Old Spice Fiji aluminum-free dry spray to keep that 24/7 lasting freshness safe for myself. Fresh coconuts, palm trees in the wind. It's like catching waves in Fiji. Actually, I just talked myself into a refreshing spritz of Fiji. My Old Spice is missing! No!
The future of medicine is here at QC Kinetics. QC is the nation's leader in the most exciting revolution in pain management we've seen in decades, regenerative medicine. If you're tired of achy joints, your joint pain keeping you from doing what you love, then you need to call QC Kinetics now. Surgery, steroids, drugs, these are no longer your best options. Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics is transforming lives with innovative treatments that deliver lasting results. We're talking natural biologics using your own body's power to repair and restore damaged tissue. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup. Dr. Scheinkup is a pioneer in this field with 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, and publishing. He wants to get you relief with a needle, not a knife. Call now to learn more about some exciting options in this revolutionary approach to get you long-term relief with no downtime. So what are you waiting for? Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Diamonds Direct spring sale starts this weekend. Get 20% off rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, and more. It's the best store-wide sale of the season. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. That's right, 20% savings plus an extra $100 off. Also enjoy an expanded selection of the latest style with designer appearances each weekend. Tons of engagement rings on sale too. 20% off starts Friday and open this Sunday as well. Details at diamondsdirect.com.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Jim Rome, and it's great to be back in San Antonio. Join me weekdays at noon on my new home, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minnick. In about 24 hours from right now, we'll be talking with Wade Phillips.
Wednesdays with Wade.
Head coach of the San Antonio Brahmas, the undefeated San Antonio Brahmas.
2-0. Nice. They're at home this week.
They are. We're gonna be live at the Big Blind tomorrow, too.
We are going to be doing that. Looking forward to that.
On Thursday, Ice Cube is going to join us.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Exciting stuff this week.
Yeah, lots going on this week.
Yeah.
Talk about giving all that money to Caitlin Clark for the big three.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to talk to Ice Cube. Maybe I'll rap for him.
Please don't. Oh, please don't.
Was that a duck call?
That was the worst beatboxing I've ever heard.
Is that what you call that?
You're going to go play hacky sack now, too? Let's go back to the 90s and put on some parachute pants and everything.
Dude, I had some.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
We all did. Back then, it was parachute pants and Z Cavarici and a little some Bugle Boy.
Bugle Boy?
You didn't wear those pants?
What was the other one? Cavarici?
Z Cavarici?
No.
Martha Francis Jabal.
Remember, what was those pants that the girls were wearing? They had no pockets in the back. Rocky Mountains or whatever. What were that? I mean, I know what we said, but I know what we couldn't say out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to those pants?
Those need to make a comeback.
Well, but the problem with that is there's no place to put your phone. But yes, they do need to make a comeback. I mean, I think in some ways they have with yoga pants.
Yeah.
Right. But the jeans on certain people were incredible.
Well, the yoga pants on certain people are pretty incredible. I mean, let's be real here.
And not on everybody.
Not on everybody, but on
some.
On certain people.
Yes.
Which reminds me, it's also Hump Day tomorrow. Wow.
Hump Day. So we're going to be at a poker house with you saying Hump Day while people are down there playing.
Well, yeah.
We didn't think this through, did we?
Oh, this is perfect.
Yes.
They'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah, they will. They will. What was that meme I saw? 3 things that don't lie. Like kids, alcohol, and yoga pants.
Yoga pants for sure. They don't lie.
Somebody on YouTube's got to tell me what those pants are called. It's Rocky Mountains something, right? Or just Rocky Mountains? They weren't the Jordache. But that was
I have no idea. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what the brand name was.
Well, I'm just thinking of all the jokes I can't say on the radio about those.
Well, I mean, they were nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they were nice.
Also need some help to help a friend because I don't have an answer to this. Random text that you get from a friend. Do you know any local band that plays yacht rock?
Yacht rock.
What the hell is yacht rock?
I don't know.
Well, I asked. Christopher Cross, Jimmy Buffett, pool jamming songs at a resort. I imagine there's a lot of local bands that you see that could probably come up with that playlist, but I don't know of a yacht rock band.
I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan, but I've never referred to him or heard him referred to as yacht rock.
Well, I mean, if you're listening to Sirius XM and you're on the Yacht Rock channel, you will hear a lot of Jimmy Buffett.
There's a Yacht Rock channel.
That was the channel that was on the radio in the limo when we got into
Yacht Rock,
Circa Las Vegas.
Why am I just now hearing about this?
Well,
Yacht Rock.
You hear a lot of things.
That sounds like a very bad thing. You need some powder for.
What?
Yacht Rock.
Whew. I don't think they were just called Rocky's Jeans, Pledge. Jesse Z has an idea. Ice Cube needs to make a Hump Day remix with Joe.
I think that's a great idea, Jim.
That is. We'll see if he could do that.
Yes.
See, look at that. See, my buddy Anthony over at Kielbasa says there's a band called Regatta.
Regatta.
That would be.
Which is the name of a boat, right? Regatta?
Sure.
It's a sailboat race.
Oh, well, there's. I was close.
Anthony, if you got contacts, send that along.
Nice. Yacht Rock.
Yacht Rock. See, that's what I love. Hey, you've got a question. We'll find the answer. Somebody out there knows.
Of course.
Somebody out there knows.
Yacht rock.
Yacht rock.
Yeah, I'm probably never going to say that again.
Yacht rock?
No, I'm just going to, hey, I want to hear some Jimmy Buffett. Yacht rock.
Well, I mean, if you're on a yacht.
It's still Jimmy
Right.
Buffett.
Yeah.
Yacht rock.
I mean, you could hire a band.
So you're not going to tell us who that friend is?
I just did. Anthony over at Kielbasa.
That wants to know the yacht rock.
Oh, no, that was Gillespie.
Oh.
I'm hoping I get invited to the pool party.
Yacht rock.
It's going to have a yacht rock band.
Yacht rock.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm thinking, all right, does Passing Strangers, can they come up with that set list? Can Chris Boss come up with that set list?
Maybe. Huh.
Yeah. San Antonio Brahma Bullpen on our YouTube says it was just called the Rocky Mountain Jeans. Fond memories from my high school years.
I'm sure they
Me
were.
too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yacht rock. I can't get on yacht rock. See, I don't listen to serious.
All right, but if
radio.
what's your music on your phone? Because you got an Android. Which, by the way,
I'm a Spotify guy.
For the record, your wife hates that you have an Android phone.
She does.
All right.
She does.
I mean, we had a long conversation about that the other night. How she can't believe that you're an Android guy. But what is your music? Like if you pull up Spotify, you can pull up a playlist. If you pulled up Yacht Rock, you will get that.
Wow, interesting.
Like it's literally a
yacht rock. I've never heard of it.
Well, I'm glad you're, look at that. Pledge just pulled it up on Spotify. There you go.
Okay, so who's on there?
Well,
that's Christopher Cross, Corpus Christi guy, by the way. Just for the record.
Just the two of us, Bill Withers.
Huh.
Lovely day, Bill Withers again. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson now falls into the yacht rock category.
The Doobie Brothers.
See,
wow.
I imagine if you're just hanging out at the pool, chilling.
That's some good music, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they call it pool rock.
Yeah. Well, because it's yacht rock.
Very few of us have a yacht.
Well, and I'm guessing the yacht rock means a little bit older because pool music, like, they would not have this playlist at the pool at Circa Las Vegas.
No,
you see what I mean?
It was
like,
boom, boom.
Please stop. Pool party. The pool parties. It could be all kinds of stuff. A variety of playlists.
Well, it's really
Here we go.
like pool music is just kind of background because you're doing other things, but you got that in the background.
What else are you doing?
Drinking.
Well, you're drinking, you're swimming, you're
lounging. I mean, this
got a
all
beach
sounds
ball going.
like music that around could be relaxing. You could have that going with the conversation. But if you've got a band there, you're just in the pool, you're chilling by the pool, you're listening to music. You've got a live band.
If Rosanna by Toto comes up, we're gonna change the channel. Holy cow.
Skip.
I hated that song when it came out the first time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, there's some crazy songs that I haven't heard for a while or
What about
seen.
some Hall & Oates?
Little Hall & Oates. They hate each other now, those two guys.
Hall & Oates does?
Yeah, they've got a restraining order against each other.
A restraining order?
Yeah, they don't like each other, apparently.
You're kidding.
That's what I've heard.
Well, why would that happen?
Well, I don't know.
Is it Hall or is it Oates?
It's Hall & Oates.
Well, no. Who's the one that's all pissy?
I don't know.
I mean, the fact that they've got restraining orders?
Yeah.
And the fact that you're fully aware of this is what's more alarming.
I know things.
You don't know about yacht rock, but you're up on the Hall & Oates drama?
Yes.
Daryl Hall sought a restraining order against John Oates.
Now, John Oates was the curly-headed guy, right?
He could use Rob Thompson's comb over there. Huh.
Oh, see, there's a lot of people on our YouTube channel. Art Garcia, Android all the way. Alexandra, Android 2. Look at that. Yeah, you sheep with the Apple phones.
A sheep.
Yeah.
There's 2 people out of thousands that have Android.
Well,
Alexandra also wants you to know Channel 311 on XM is your
it's a movement.
yacht rock channel.
Well, I don't have Sirius. Well, I have it, but I'm not subscribed to it.
So Gillespie says this is perfect. He wears a white belt but doesn't know yacht rock. There's so much truth into that, Joe Reinagle.
I don't. I never heard of that.
When you're at the club, after your round of golf and you're in there having a cold beverage, I'm sure it's yacht rock that they're playing inside the club.
Yeah, I don't.
You might not know that.
Never noticed,
but it is
yacht rock.
Yacht rock.
That's
yacht rock.
Woo.
So I wonder what they're playing on Jerry's yacht while discussing Micah Parsons.
I hope they're not playing Rosanna by Toto. Holy cow. What a horrible song that is.
Can we hear Rosanna? I think we need to hear Rosanna.
No.
I think we need to hear Rosanna because clearly we can't have a serious conversation about Micah Parsons. So let's just make Joe's head explode with a little Toto.
Why do you
here
want
on
to
KTFM at 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star?
What do you want to subject San Antonio to that?
Well, it's not that bad of a song.
It's horrible.
It's not that bad of a song. I mean, I just heard you try to beatbox, and you're going to complain about Toto.
Well, Toto. First of all, how did they come up with that? Oh, it's the Wizard of Oz. That's a little dog. Jeez. This is worse than a gizzard.
If you eat a gizzard, we'll turn it off.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, sing it, Joe.
I don't know this.
Come on, everybody sing along.
Yeah, sing along, everybody.
Somebody call in and sing along with this.
Roll your windows down, San Antonio. Sing along.
You want a gizzard, Joe?
No.
Gizzard?
All of a sudden, we're KQ.
That was the worst song
not Christmas
ever.
time.
That was terrible.
That was yeah, that was bad.
It's bad, man. I tried to like that song.
You tried, huh?
Well, not really.
Okay, what was her name?
I don't remember.
Because at some point you tried to like that song.
Yes.
It was like back in the day when you had like Air Supply cassettes in your car just in case.
Air Supply was all right.
They were all right.
A couple of songs.
But generally she liked them a lot more. So you had it in the arsenal just in case.
Toto.
What were some of the other cassettes that you would keep just,
oh my God,
just so you would have those?
Back in the day.
Why am I thinking Air Supply?
Little River Band.
Remember when you drive around and you had that box of cassettes in your back seat?
Yes. Yes.
Or you try to make the mixtapes off the radio?
First car I ever had, I had a nice 8-track in there.
8-track.
8-track.
I never had an 8-track.
Wow. You missed out.
I'm just old enough to have been around for 8-track.
You missed out.
But I had a lot of cassettes.
I know. I didn't have any Toto. I'll promise you that.
I bet you did.
No.
I bet you did.
No Toto.
I bet you did.
Dude, I'm telling you, I had no Toto. None.
You didn't miss the rains down in Africa?
No. That's worse than Rosanna. Actually, it's the same damn song. They just changed the words.
You probably had a little Kansas, though.
I might have.
Driving around in Alice, you had to have a little dust with the wind. You had Kansas. You can admit you had Kansas.
It's the same song. They had no imagination.
Art Garcia had a lot of REO Speedwagon.
Well, that's good. Yeah. REO Speedwagon, little Styx, Foreigner, little Boston.
Tears for Fears.
Journey. Yeah. Good stuff. That was a nice walk down memory lane. With Toto.
With Toto. Where are we seeing in Houston? It Styx in
Foreigner.
In Foreigner?
Uh-huh.
Is it Styx and Foreigner?
Yes.
Oh. I'm just checking.
Yes.
It's not AHA.
No.
It's yeah.
Little REM.
REM was all right.
REM was more than all right.
Toto. I can't believe that. So there's your yacht rock. Toto. There you go, Lisa. Get ready for that at your party.
Yeah, that ain't good. You're working your way out of not being invited to the party.
Well, just leave me in charge of the
You're
music.
not an REM fan?
REM's okay. Yeah.
Oh, Michael Stipes from Copper's Cove.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Filmed a video right over here off 10.
Yeah, they remember when they shot that video there and shut down the highway for hours?
I do.
You don't remember that.
Not really.
Not
no.
at all. You don't remember that at all.
I really don't.
Not at all.
Well, thanks for the gizzard and the Toto.
We'll get you a gizzard.
Jeez.
Pledge, we go get a box of gizzards and bring it in here for.
Please don't,
Yeah,
Pledge.
you could do that.
After listening to that, Rosanna.
Little Toto and some gizzards, man, that makes you smile.
Yeah,
it makes you smile.
Lose your
time.
cookies.
Well, not gonna lose your cookies. And you're not going to break a tooth on a gizzard. But if you break your tooth eating something, you need to get it fixed. You need to go see my Dr. Smith, dentist, Dr. Smith over at Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces. Their website, smilestructure.com. Whether it's an emergency situation or you just need to go to the dentist. Maybe you're looking for a new dentist, need a second opinion because your dentist said you need to do this, that, and you were like, wait a minute. Go get that second opinion. Dr. Smith and the folks over there at Smile Structure are fantastic, and they can handle all your general dentistry needs, oral surgery, you name it, they do it there at Smile Structure. Cleaning and whitening, crowns, fillings, dental implants, wisdom teeth extraction. They even offer general anesthesia, sedation, and cosmetic dentistry. Smile Structure Dentistry and Braces is veteran-owned and operated, and they offer discounts to uninsured veterans. Medicaid and all PPO insurance is accepted, and they offer a dental savings plan if you don't have dental insurance. And right now, you can get a free exam and x-rays when you mention 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. They do have 5 San Antonio area locations, so you can learn more and book that appointment online. Smilestructure.com is the website. Smilestructure.com.
You're locked on the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time at GiveMeTheVin.com. I'm overpaying for cars because I think they're going to go up even higher from where they are right now. We'll pay off your payoff. We'll pick your stuff up. We'll quote you quick and easy at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer. Go there right now, and if I don't beat a CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, everybody. Scott Innes here. For 25 years, I've been voicing lovable cartoon dogs like Scooby-Doo, Astro. Hey, I love puppies and dogs. And now I get to help pets that need a voice to save their lives. That's where the Puppy Food Bank comes in. The Puppy Food Bank helps pet rescue organizations so they can feed puppies. For just $11 a month, you can save a pet's life. Go to puppyfoodbank.org now and donate, and they'll send you a nice gift. Puppy Food Bank is proudly supported by Thomas J. Henry.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. While leaning over the fence, your neighbors said you could save money bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. Your neighbor leaned over a little too much and broke your fence. Dumb news. Somehow fence wood is more expensive than wood. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and to plant really tall shrubs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Lowe's knows pros need the right tools for every job. That's why we sell the largest in-store selection of Klein tools anywhere. Find new items like the self-leveling green laser level for just $159.98. Plus, shop the Connect pass-through socket set for $49.98, which you can only find at Lowe's. Shop Klein tools in-store and online today because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy happiness. But money did buy your boat, where you find peace fishing, unlike at home with 3 teenage daughters. Because fish never argue about who stole whose crop top, or get mad the other fish used up all the hot water. No, they just swim around, never embarrassed to be seen with you in public. So save money by bundling your boat or RV insurance with home or auto from Progressive. And buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states.
Puro San Antonio football returns to the Alamo Dome this Sunday as they take on the St. Louis Battlehawks. Let's pack the dome and join the herd in the best seats at the best prices, now starting at $15.50. Led by legendary head coach Wade Phillips and quarterback Chase Garbers. Experience the excitement. Head to theUFL.com to buy your Brahmas tickets today. It's the Brahmas versus the Battlehawks Sunday. Kickoff in the Dome is at 2. Get your tickets now at theUFL.com. Vamos, Brahmas!
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson, and this is 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Texas Rangers kick off a series in Arlington tonight against the Oakland Athletics. It's a game you can catch in your home for Texas Rangers baseball. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star gets underway at 6:30. The Astros are in Kansas City to open up a series with the Royals. Tonight's game, first pitch, 6:40. And the Spurs, they're in Memphis to take on the Grizzlies without Keldon Johnson. Tip-off, 7 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Tomorrow, the Blitz is going to be live out at the Big Blind.
Can't wait.
They're at 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Rue Pub.
Looking forward to that. Wednesday's a big night over there. You were right. I was wrong. I want to correct myself. Earlier, I said 7:15. That tournament gets underway at 6:15.
Yeah.
Perfect. Get off the air, get a cold beverage, sit down, win lots of money.
Or be back at the bar with us at 6:30.
Or that.
Either way is possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a glass half full kind of though.
I've seen you gamble.
Yeah, well.
See, and I know when it comes to
those
poker,
negative vibes.
When I'm playing poker, I'm not. I'm sitting at the bar.
Yeah. Well, I know. I saw you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not good.
I don't know how to play poker.
Well, you did okay.
I have no. Well, I don't know what I did. I just did what I was told.
Well, it's funny because I was trying to help you and then realized that I'm actually playing against you. And
you're not the brightest. We know that.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know how to play poker.
I'm going to take my dark sunglasses in there and look like one of those guys.
Really?
Sure, why not?
The ones that reflect?
No, I don't have any of those. But you know how those guys, they don't want anybody reading their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Joe, when he's playing cards, he looks and say, yeah. So you know he's got a bad hand. And if he just sits there, he's got a good hand. And then you get that guy at the table that wants to go all in, and you think you're good, and then you
Well, you got to have some brass ones.
Yes.
You know, you either go all in or you don't, and so I love about Texas Hold'em though. It's a lot of fun. I love it. And when you're over there, it's like being in Vegas.
Well, it's a great spot. I enjoy going over there. I don't know how to play cards. I've been over there. I'm learning. But I'm not getting in a tournament because
they have blackjack tables over there now. I just saw that on the Big Blind Facebook page.
See, that's now
they had their first blackjack tournament.
Now we're talking.
Uh-huh.
Now we're talking.
So they're going to be doing that too.
I will definitely partake in that.
Yep.
But I've got to figure out how to play poker before I'm good enough to.
I want to play play in that tournament tomorrow. I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it?
$60.
You're going to get the hall pass?
Yes.
Wife's going to let you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
She is.
Did you ask yet?
Yes. She probably will show up there.
Probably.
I would imagine.
Yes.
And I'll be waiting for her at the bar.
Yep. 6:30.
Looking forward to it. Can't wait. So make plans. Get out to the big blind tomorrow. You can take some of my money if you think you can.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good time tomorrow out there.
Absolutely, no doubt.
It's funny that I saw this tweet earlier today because I'm in the process of putting together the high school football broadcast schedule.
Right.
Getting all the schedules from the different districts and figuring out what games we're going to do. And, we only do Friday games. And then we got an announcement today from UTSA that their home game against Temple will be on Friday, November 22nd.
Now, is that their only Friday game on the season?
I don't know, but I'd be lying if there might be another one.
Because Jeff Traylor doesn't like Friday games.
He does not. In fact, Jeff Traylor quote tweeted the tweet about UTSA's schedule update and said, very sorry to at Texas high school coaches, THSCA coaches. We don't want to play on Friday night, but this is out of our control. We know Friday night should be for Texas high school football. And
we all agree with that.
We do. And it is out of Jeff Traylor's control. And
it is.
You understand why conferences like the American will play on a Friday because they get TV coverage that they otherwise wouldn't
It'll
get.
be a nationally televised game, most likely.
But I'm okay with this Friday game because it's November 22nd.
That's Thanksgiving weekend, isn't it?
A couple, 3 rounds pledged. Can you pull up the calendar? It might be Thanksgiving weekend. But at the very least, that should be, the second round of the playoffs, maybe the third round of the playoffs.
Right.
Where a lot of those games end up on Saturday. And so, not the UTSA schedule, just the calendar. When is Thanksgiving? But once you get into the playoffs, there are fewer and fewer Friday games. So I'm actually okay with this one being on a Friday because it won't affect as many of the local high school games.
That's actually the week before Thanksgiving. It was the 22nd, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a week before Thanksgiving.
So I wonder if they're going to have a Friday game on the 29th because I thought there was a Friday Thanksgiving week game in there for UTSA.
Well, I'm hoping that Texas will play Texas A&M on that Friday.
That would be awesome.
And return that tradition. That would be fantastic.
That would be awesome.
Yes. That's what I want to see. Now, there's nothing better than a Friday or even a Thanksgiving Day game between Texas and Texas A&M. Although the NFL's kind of taking over Thanksgiving Day. So
the NFL's taking over everything.
Uh-huh.
The NFL does what it wants to do.
Absolutely they do. They're even going to play on Wednesday, on Christmas Day.
So let's see, November 30th, they are at West Point.
On Friday?
Well, I would think that's a Saturday. Since Thanksgiving was the 28th. And
so they only have one Friday game.
Well, I mean, looking at this, I thought they were going to have a couple Fridays when the schedule came out. We'll see. On their website, the schedule, it just has days. It does dates. It doesn't have dates. It has dates, not days. It doesn't say like Saturday, September 7th.
Oh, okay.
And that's the day at Texas State on September 7th. I'm going to miss that one.
That's too bad.
Well, I'm going to go see Green Day in Denver.
Well, I'm going to go see UTSA and Texas State. I'll be there.
Yeah, who are you going to root for?
I'm going to go right down the middle. I'll just stand in the middle and just like...
You're such a chicken.
Howdy. I hate to do this to Texas State, but I mean, I'm a UTSA guy now.
You're a graduate of Southwest Texas State.
I'm a UTSA guy. It doesn't matter.
Well, wait a minute. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You went to school. That is your alma mater.
Okay.
Right? You have sent kids to UTSA.
I have. And so it's going to be tough, but it's,
You could still root for Texas State.
Well, maybe I'll go sit in the press box.
They don't serve beer there.
Well, I'm just saying, if I do that, then I can't cheer for anybody.
There's no cheering in the press box.
Exactly.
You get a sideline pass and stand in the end zone.
Could do that, but I'd rather sit up here and have some cold beer.
So you could go into that alumni tent where they have all the beer.
I could,
but not wearing a UTSA shirt.
Well, I won't wear. I'll be neutral.
You'll be my ass.
I won't wear.
Stop.
I won't wear.
You can wear do you have a UTSA hat?
I do.
All right, you can wear a UTSA hat and a Bobcat shirt.
Maybe so, or I'll get one made. I'll go to Sammy's Embroidery Club and get one right down the middle. UTSA on one side, Texas State on the other.
Yeah. I'm sure they have those.
I'm sure he can make it happen.
I mean, the house divided look.
Sure.
Get one of those shirts that GJ Kinney has that says "Take Texas Back." And, I like that the way that looks.
That's going to be a fun game,
right?
It's going to be a fun game.
Last year it was a damn good game that Texas State probably should have won.
Yeah, they should have.
Probably should have won that game.
I really wished. I was sad that those two schools didn't end up in the same conference, but I understand why. I mean, it's taken Texas State a while to get on the same level as UTSA.
It's a shame too, since UTSA has been playing for I don't know.
I know, right?
2011.
Well, it took GJ Kinney to get up there to get it done. They had a hard time. And look, San Marcos is a tough place to recruit to. You got San Antonio here, you got Austin there.
But they've ignored for years. Texas State ignored San Antonio.
Yes.
And that's been their problem. They for forever they've ignored San Antonio. I love their athletic director. I like what GJ is doing, and they finally seem to get it. And they've got some donor money now, and they're using it. The facilities up there are incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. A lot of things are pretty good there in San Marcos.
You're not even going to go to that game.
Sure, I am.
Yeah, you'll find something else to do.
You know what? I'm going to that game.
Wearing what?
Clothes? Maybe I'll head to the river first.
Really? Then you'll never make the game.
You're right. Ooh.
Yeah.
Sewell Park.
I'm not going to do a beer bet with them on that pledge.
Speaking of
what?
Walks down memory lane.
Mm-hmm.
Sewell Park.
Mm-hmm.
Pledge knows what I'm talking about.
On the square.
Yeah.
Chasing somebody in Rocky Mountain jeans.
Yeah, but Sewell Park was better in the summertime.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
There were no jeans.
There were no jeans.
There were no jeans. No jeans. We'll have to class this place up with Charean Williams from Pro Football
It's funny
Talk.
how Pledge knew exactly what I was talking about.
He went there too.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Pledge is a 9-year junior at Texas State. I mean, he started at Southwest Texas State. Then it became it was Southwest Texas State. Then it was Texas State, and yeah, you still don't have a degree, right?
No.
But he went there for 9 years.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Don't blame him at all.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And experienced a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do. He's a champion at playing quarters.
So Joshua Jimenez says I'm going to wear my UTSA Speedo that says birds up. Nice, Joshua. That was good. That was good. It's on our YouTube channel, by the way, if you're driving around San Antonio.
Charean Williams will class this joint up.
I hope so.
From Pro Football Talk. She joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you are having any issues at the house with your plumbing or your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. If you're having plumbing issues, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. Now, it is time to make sure your AC is going to be ready for the hot summer months. They've got great maintenance programs that ensures your AC is ready. But if you know it's time to change your AC, or you think it might be time, call Quartermoon, because for a limited time, all 14 SEER up to 3-ton AC systems are just $69.99 installed. Lowest prices of the year available right now from Quarter Moon. So call them 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with Rob and RJ.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle, it is par 3 day at the Masters. We'll get you going as the sun rises. We'll keep you up to date.
Plus, did the Spurs win on Tuesday night? Did they get magic number 20? We have all the answers, and we'll see you bright and early, starting at 6.
Looking for the ultimate hangout spot? Swing by 90 Proof Bar and Grill, where the kitchen stays fired up till midnight, serving up all your game day favorites with daily drink specials. 90 Proof Bar and Grill, corner of Highway 90 and Lucky Ranch. Food, cold drinks, and live sports.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
If you're a man and you live in San Antonio or the surrounding areas, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Are you having issues rising to the occasion? Do you constantly worry about whether or not you can perform? Have you completely stopped having adult time? Is it something you just don't talk about? Guys, we have a solution. Mojo, the 100% guaranteed male enhancement pill that's fast, effective, and was designed to reignite passion, performance, and confidence in the bedroom. Yeah. Be ready at a moment's notice with the Mojo Male Enhancement Pill from Pure Line Nutrition. And for those of you who have used Mojo, check out Mojo Enduramax. Touchdown! A new formula that improves the potency and effectiveness of Mojo. Get fast results, last longer, and be the man she'll never forget. Mojo and Mojo Enduramax, 100% natural male enhancement formulas, only available at Pure Line Nutrition. Call now, 210-494-2210. That's 210-494-2210. Or visit us online at thepureline.com.
Missions opening night is here, and it's not just any Tuesday. It's AARP $2 Tuesday, presented by 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Bring the whole family and catch all the action for just $2. Gates open at 6, first pitch at 7:05. Visit samissions.com for tickets and details.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Your home for the Dallas Cowboys is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Semenix. We are the home of the Dallas Cowboys here in San Antonio.
Yes, we are.
And, the Cowboy conversation never stops, whether it's here, on any of the networks. There's always questions about what's going on in Dallas. Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. A lot of times asking a lot of questions of those that can give answers, trying to
Yes.
figure out what are they doing. And it's another week of inactivity. So a lot of interesting storylines coming out of Dallas, Charean. I don't know if I want to start with the Micah Parsons one or Michael Gelkin with the obvious report yesterday with the Dallas Morning News that CeeDee Lamb could hold out, although there's been no threat of a holdout. I thought that was an interesting article just to drop on a random day this close to the draft.
Yeah, I think that's probably expected by any player. I don't know that it was that big of a news. Now, when day one comes and he's not there, then I think it's news, and I don't expect him to be there. This is kind of how players show that they want a contract, and they want it now. They don't want to wait. I mean, he's already waited 1 year. He doesn't want to wait another year, and I get that. And they need to get him done sooner than later. So, yes, I'm all for players getting all the money they can possibly get, and however that means getting that money, more power to him. And this is an opportunity for him to show his displeasure with where they stand in contract negotiations. So I don't expect him to show up, and it's not that big of a deal. It's just really making a statement that I'm not happy with where we are in contract talks, and we need to get this show on the road. And whether that helps or doesn't, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but they do need to get this done. I mean, he's absolutely right that this needs to speed up and this process needs to get done. The Cowboys just seem to wait too long in doing these deals, and they end up paying more money and paying a price by making the player mad in holding these things up. They did it with Dak Prescott. It took 2 additional years longer than it should have. They should already have CeeDee Lamb tied up. They should be working on Michael Parsons. It looks like that's probably going to go another year. I'll be surprised if they get that done in the next year. So, it is what it is. This is the way they operate, and players aren't happy with not getting paid right away, and I get that.
Charean, when you mentioned Micah Parsons, when you look at him, do you think he could take a page out of the Zeke Elliott playbook and start those conversations and start pushing that thing a little earlier than maybe he needs to?
I'm not sure what you're getting at. You mean in terms of holding out in training camp?
Yes, like remember Zeke Elliott, I think he had a year left. He didn't have to do it, but he pushed the envelope and Jerry caved.
Yeah, and things have changed since then, and it's going to cost them a lot of money to hold out, and they can't waive. They can no longer waive that money. So, I don't expect that to happen. I think he'll be at training camp and probably show his unhappiness in other ways. But again, they got to get these things done. And the sooner, a lot of contracts coming up that things they've got to deal with in 2025. I get all that, but you've got to figure out a way, whatever that way is, to get the 3 players re-signed who are going to reset the market at their positions: Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb. It's going to happen. You're going to pay more than you want to pay. You just got to bite the bullet and do that.
Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I expect Dak's deal to get done before the start of the season. I saw an ESPN report, Dan Graziano saying maybe next year before free agency begins. I don't know that Jerry could stomach giving Dak that option next year. But if I'm CeeDee and I'm Micah, isn't it better to wait? Like, if you're CeeDee Lamb, do you let Justin Jefferson set the market and then go to the table? If you're Micah, the longer it takes, the more it's going to cost him more down the road than it is right now.
Yes, that is true, but players don't want to wait. They want that money now, and both of those players you're talking about have not gotten their big contracts yet. Can they afford to wait based on what they've made in their rookie deals? Absolutely. Do they want to wait? Absolutely not. I mean, everybody wants to be paid now. You don't want to wait. But to your point, yes, the longer they wait, the more it's going to cost the Cowboys and the more money that they're going to make. It's exactly what happened with Dak Prescott's contract. I talked to someone in the organization and said if we'd paid Dak Prescott 2 years earlier, we'd be in far better shape with where we are in our cap situation now and we would have been far better off all those, aside from the 2 years that they didn't extend him. And by the way, they didn't get a Super Bowl out of that, but they would have been in far better shape the remaining years after that. What I'm saying is they should have gotten that contract done right after his third year, and they would have been in far better shape than where they are now. They overpaid for Dak Prescott. They're going to end up overpaying. If the sooner you pay him, the less money you're going to have to pay him, just for the reasons you said, because all these other guys are going to reset the market, and the price is just going to keep going up. The price is not going down. It's going to go up. The sooner you get it done, the less you're going to have to pay in the long run.
You know, Charean, I found it interesting today that I saw an article on Pro Football Talk where Mike Florio responded to the reports coming out of Dallas on Friday that Micah Parsons may be rubbing some people wrong within the Cowboys organization. First question is, do you think that that's true? And as Mike Florio said today, if it is true, the Cowboys need to get thicker skin.
Well, number one, it came from the Cowboys flagship station. So if the Cowboys wanted to cut that off, they could simply call the flagship station and say, stop this nonsense. It's obvious they haven't done that. So I would start there, but I would also point out that none of the beat writers who are out there every single day have written a story like this. So take that however you want to take it. I don't know that matters. He's a great player. He's not doing things off the field that concern you as far as red flags, arrests, suspensions, none of those type things. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm not worried about anything he's doing. He's talking, he's speaking his mind. Big deal. I mean, I agree with Mike. Mike and I talked about it before he ran it. If that's a concern for you, then you're probably in the wrong business, and you probably do need to just let him walk away then. If that's truly a concern, let him walk away. There are 31 other teams in this league that would love to have Micah Parsons and would put up with whatever the Cowboys feel like is a problem if they truly feel that way.
Charean Williams from Pro Football Talk here on the Blitz. Couple of weeks away from the NFL draft. What are you hearing around the Star with some of the visits that are coming in, the direction that they're going in? And I know offensive line is what they need, but we all know Jerry Jones. Will that be what they end up doing?
Well, the problem for the Cowboys is this. It's a very good, offensive tackle draft, but everyone knows the Cowboys need an offensive tackle. So there are going to be teams, if they're in need and they're below the Cowboys, you're going to be looking up and trying to trade up above the Cowboys. If there's a run on offensive tackles, then they're going to look to trade above the Cowboys to get whatever offensive tackles are left. So I think that's the direction they'll probably end up going. But what if they're all off the board? I hope they stick to their guns and draft best player available and don't say we've just got to have this position. And like they've done, they've been really good, mostly good in the draft. But I think they did that last year, and I think they did it the Taco Charlton year. And you just can't do it when they best player available. They end up with a CeeDee Lamb. They end up with a Micah Parsons. They draft really, really well. Stick to your board, whatever position that is, make that pick. And that's what they need to do, regardless of what the position is. But to your point, a center or a left tackle obviously is the greatest need that they need to come out of the first round with. And if those guys if there's one of those guys left, then they certainly should pull the trigger and draft one of those offensive linemen. But we'll see what they end up doing. It's so hard to predict with where they're drafting, how the draft is going to go. They really need a run on quarterbacks. That helps them. If there's a run on quarterbacks and a run on receivers, that's great news for the Cowboys.
It's going to be interesting to see. It always is. And Charean, I don't know. You've covered the Cowboys for a while, and everybody talks about the free agent period. They don't do anything. One free agent from, out of the organization. They're going to go into the draft, try to fill some things there. Do you expect this team, and a lot of it may depend on what they do in the draft, but to be more active after the draft?
Well, I think they're going to have to be, because they're just going to have positions they're going to have to fill in with whoever's left. I mean, they don't have a lot of depth right now. I mean, forget the depth. They don't even have some starters right now at some positions that who's starting at running back right now? Seriously, I don't know. And they probably don't know. And if they end up with this current running back, I think they're in a lot of trouble. So, you're just going to have to add around what you end up with in the draft, and then you look at roster and say that here's the positions that we really, really need to go fill in with some veterans. Some Ezekiel Elliott. There are guys out there like Ezekiel Elliott, Tyler Boyd, DJ Chark, some of those type players who have not signed yet, who are going to be available after the draft. And I'm sure they're keeping in contact, not those names in particular, other than Zeke. I do expect them to re-sign Zeke, but you've got to have guys in mind that you want for that third receiver. If you don't come out of this draft with the third receiver, you got to have that guy in mind at running back. If you don't get the running back you want, and for left tackle, center, whatever it is, we know the positions where they really have needs right now. To have those guys in mind to be ready to jump on that after the draft and fill in those holes. They have an awful lot of holes on this roster that they have to fill in, and you would like to think, if you're a Cowboys fan, that they're going to come out of this draft with 2 or 3 starters, and then they can just fill in some depth positions with a Zeke or whoever that is at third receiver, and a veteran guy or whatever, and then maybe fill in some depth in that offensive line with a veteran guy who's still on the market. So there's still some players there. There's still some decent. I mean, Gilmore's still on the market at corner. There's still some decent players out there, but it's not. This is not what Cowboys fans envisioned. Obviously, it's the least the Cowboys have done on the free agent market ever. And, outside, well, inside too, but, they let too many players go. And I saw a joke yesterday. I thought it was pretty good. There have been as many eclipses this year as the Cowboys have signed free agents from outside the organization.
Yeah, it's good. And that eclipse yesterday here was about as disappointing as the Cowboys in the playoffs. That's for sure. Now, Charean, you said Zeke twice. Are you hearing Zeke, or is it like when you were in junior high and getting picked for the dodgeball team and you were the last one left, so you ended up on that team? Are we getting to that point with running back? Zeke isn't going to have a job and the Cowboys are going to need a running back, so come on home?
Yeah, I think there's mutual interest there. Zeke wants to come back. They would like to have Zeke. He knows their offense for the most part. They tweaked it obviously some last year, but he picks up the blitz really well. Probably good in short yardage still. You're not going to play him a whole lot. He better not be your starting running back. But I think for what they want him for, I think he fits perfectly. He's a good locker room guy. They know exactly what they'd be getting. It just makes too much sense from both sides. And I think fans would be happy with that. Not that the Cowboys care what fans think. If they did, they would have done more in free agency. But it's a move that I do think they need to make, and I think they will make.
It'll be interesting to see. And would Trey Lance be willing to give up 15 pretty cheap?
Well, there you go. That's a good question.
There's no 15s for Trey Lance in the pro shop, so he wouldn't have to buy anybody out.
Right.
Although if Gilmore's gone, then he could have 21 back. But, I'm sure, Zeke will try to sell some 15 jerseys unless Gilmore comes back too. The things they have to figure out to make all this happen, right?
Yeah, there you go. Jerseys are always important to these guys, jersey numbers.
They are. Did you saw that Kirk Cousins story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, $50 million that he's getting, and he doesn't want to spend a couple $100,000 to buy all the number 8 Pitts jerseys. So he'll wear 18.
Well, and then you had obviously Stephon Diggs giving up $100,000 to get number 1 from Jimmy Ward. So yeah, some are and some aren't inclined to spend the money to get the number they want.
It's going to be interesting to see. Charean, we'll talk to you next week. Maybe we'll have some news.
Thank you, guys.
I love the laugh. Happening. Follow Charean on Twitter at NFL Charean. Read her work there at ProFootballTalk.com. Charean Williams and all our guests join on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. The San Antonio Spurs in Memphis tonight to take on the Grizzlies. We're talking about that next here on the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And for the Spurs, they're trying to get win number 20 on the year. It hasn't been a good year, but watching the Spurs is a lot more exciting if you're playing the pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. During this final week of the regular season, you still have time to get in and have the fun with Underdog Fantasy. It is fantasy, but you can win real money, and it's legal in Texas. To build your pick'em entries, all you have to do is pick between 2 and 5 players and select higher or lower on player stats. If your picks hit, you could win up to 100 times your money. It's a lot of fun to play and super easy to get started. So go download the Underdog Fantasy app or go sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. When you sign up, use my promo code STAR and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Plus, they will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Again, promo code STAR when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Over the past decade, the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the UFC fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch a game. The Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant and in the same plaza as the Big Blind. There at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Hard work and dreams lead to success, but easily filing your taxes with TurboTax and Credit Karma doesn't hurt either. Make filing taxes a walk in the park because we'll pre-fill your info for you so you can file quickly and confidently. Winner! Get the peace of mind that comes with expert help. Let's go! Being powered by TurboTax means you're backed by the leading tax preparer, and we'll show you all your filing options up front so there are no surprises. File your taxes on Intuit Credit Karma today. Expert help not available with all products. Guarantee details available at turbotax.com/guarantees.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
EasyCater, 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Need food for a meeting or a company event? EasyCater has everything you need to make food for work, work. With ordering. Save your favorite orders, make edits as needed, and click. We even help you with expenses by keeping your receipts all in one place, which means all you need to do is sit back and enjoy the food. From ordering to reporting, EasyCater has everything to make food for work, work. Order 24/7 at easycater.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you. Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic, creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
This is the AA Best Bail Bonds Game Night San Antonio on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
punch it in.
Every game night, the Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. Players, coaches, insiders. This is the AA Best Bail Bonds Game Night San Antonio.
Wemby for three, and Wembanyama put him in the friend zone.
The pregame show starts now.
Spurs Grizz tonight.
Yeah, you seem excited.
Thrilled.
Spurs Grizz.
You know, it's a winnable game.
Yeah, it is. And Spurs are actually favored in this one on the road.
On the road.
5.5.
5.5. Stay away.
You wouldn't take Spurs and lay the 5.5?
Stay away.
Come on, Jason.
Stay away.
Come on, Jason.
Stay away.
I'll take the Spurs. You take the Grizz.
No.
Okay.
It's a game that I would stay away from. Before we get into the Spurs, let's give away some tickets to Alamo Heights night. It's Fiesta time, people. We got a pair of tickets to give away right now to Alamo Heights night during Fiesta. Planning ahead, it's Friday, April 19th. You want to win a pair of tickets? Be caller number 11 right now, 210-656-3776. 656-3776, ESPN. You're going to win tickets to Alamo Heights night. Always a fun time there at Incarnate Word.
April 19th.
April 19th.
That'll be a lot of fun. Back to the Spurs. They opened up as a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
So that means the money is being bet on the Spurs.
You know, you look at this Spurs team and the idea that they have played so well lately, like the other night, double overtime.
Yeah.
They're down guys. And it doesn't matter what guys they're down. They've looked good without Wemby. They've looked good without Devin. They've looked good without Jeremy. They're going to be without Keldon again. I'm guessing Keldon's done for the year.
Could be.
But the guys that are playing their asses off. Like they've had so many should have won games lately that they played well enough to win, but they don't. You look at Memphis. Memphis looks like a team that's just ready to go on vacation and be done.
They are.
This Spurs team doesn't have that look. It's kind of interesting, but they all know they're playing for jobs for next year. And for a lot of these guys, hell, they're getting NBA run.
And that's good for them. Whether they're with the Spurs next year or not, they are. And that's important. Look, the Grizzlies have been banged up too, right? They're playing a lot of young guys, but they've been playing well. They won 3 of their last 5 ball games. So not going to be an easy game for the Spurs to go up there, but they do have Wemby, who's a little bit dinged up himself. What they call it the other day? It was wear and tear.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how much longer, although he says he wants to continue to play throughout the entire season. We'll see if Pop allows that to happen or if we see that minutes restriction come in. But I'm glad he's playing. I want to see him play. I think every minute on the court for Victor Wembanyama in the NBA is important right now. And so hopefully Spurs get a win and at least tie that record. That'll be their 20th win if they can pull it out tonight.
Well, and we know Wemby does not want to be a part of the worst team in franchise history. And tonight is an opportunity for them to get to win number 20. Yeah. I mean, you have to have something to root for.
You do. You have to. Spurs have it. It's a first of a back-to-back. Here's going to be the challenge. Wemby plays tonight. Will he play tomorrow night? And tomorrow night's against Oklahoma City and Chet.
And I know from a matchup standpoint, you'd want to see that. Does that game mean anything for Oklahoma City tomorrow night?
It does. They're still battling for seeding.
Because, the West playoffs are probably going to be a lot of fun. Yet at the same time, and the playoffs are set, except for the seeding. We know the teams that are going to be in. And so I look at, like, you go to ESPN.com, and I know everybody's page could look a little bit different. But Andrew Lopez wrote a article that might take you 3 days to read. The highs and lows and absolute absurdities from year one of the NBA's Wemby era is the headline.
Everything Wemby.
And you click on that link and my goodness, you would be in that little room for 2 hours. I don't know how long it would take somebody to read all this. I was trying to read a pre-show, and I was like, dude, I mean, I'd still be reading it.
You would be.
And I'm surprised to see an article like this now. This looks like one of those good off-season reads. But the other night, after the game, the post-game press conference seemed very reflective, which made me wonder, was he getting shut down? He's playing tonight. So I don't know. Will he play tomorrow night in the second night of a back-to-back? But Wemby wants to play.
He does.
Will the Spurs let him? At this point, why wouldn't the Spurs let him? Because next week, Monday afternoon, he doesn't have a game. He's in the offseason. Sunday night, he's on vacation.
Oklahoma City, by the way, is just a game out of the number 1 seed. Minnesota and Denver are tied right now, and the Thunder are just 1 game back. So, yes, it means something. They can still get the number 1 seed. That is a possibility. So they're going to be playing and playing hard.
I'd like to see another Chet Wemby matchup.
Well, I would too. And really, if since it is a back-to-back, I'm quite frankly surprised that Wemby's playing tonight. I mean, you would think Pop would rest him tonight. The game means absolutely nothing to the Spurs or the Grizzlies. So sit him tonight and have him fresh for Chet in Oklahoma City.
Wait a minute. That's where I think you're wrong.
Why is that?
Tonight's game means everything to the Spurs.
Nah.
Yeah, tonight's game means everything to the Spurs because the only thing they have to play for right now is to avoid franchise history and suckage. So you play Wemby tonight in a game that you can win, and you get that 20th win, so it's not the worst in franchise history.
So you're going to sit him
tomorrow night in a game that you probably don't win with Wemby. I mean, they have a chance to win tonight, so you play Wemby tonight.
And if I'm Minnesota or Denver, I'm calling the commissioner.
What are you going to take?
Pop?
Who you going to tell on Grandpa?
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
hey, how about this? He's 20 years old. Suck it up and play
Let
both.
him play? Well, he's got that wear and tear he's dealing with.
Suck it up and play both. I would imagine he'll want to play tomorrow night.
Wemby wants to play.
Of course.
Will the Spurs let him? But you said you're surprised that if he's going to sit out one of the two on a back-to-back, that it's not tonight, let him play tomorrow. I say the opposite. Tonight's a winnable game. Let him play and let him be a part of getting that 20th win so they avoid the franchise, whatever.
See, here's the difference. I don't give a damn. It's a sucky season anyway.
Yeah, it is.
So who cares?
But it's not the suckiest of them all.
Well, it is right now.
But see, Wemby does not want to be a part of the worst team in franchise
history.
history.
Lose tonight?
Well, it's just like all the other games that they lost.
Then they're screwed. Then they got Oklahoma City. They got Denver.
And we got Detroit at the end.
Detroit, so they can win that game.
Yeah, they could, maybe. I mean, but you win the night and you beat Detroit, and you're not even tied for the worst in franchise history.
Detroit might have 3 players. Everybody else already on the plane for Cabo.
Mentally, they probably are. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Time for our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at tsaog.com. Let's welcome on Dr. Jeffrey Schroff on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Doc, odd question for you, because I want to talk about Texas Rangers third baseman Josh Young, MacArthur grad, incredible rookie year last year with the Texas Rangers, off to a great start, got hit on the wrist with the pitch, fractured his wrist. Simple surgery normally, they say 6 weeks. There were complications, now they're saying 8 to 10 weeks. What kind of complications can happen on a simple wrist surgery on a fractured wrist?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. So I think, based on looking at the video of when it happened, it seemed like kind of a direct blow right to the ulna, which is the smaller of the 2 bones down by the wrist. And without seeing his x-rays, they probably thought it was a relatively simple fracture, kind of just a straightforward fracture that they could put a plate on and it would be pretty stable. He may have had like an associated ligamentous injury at his wrist. There's something called the DRUJ, which is the connection between the radius and the ulna, the 2 bones in the wrist. So it's possible that he had an injury to that they had to repair at the same time, which may slow his recovery down. That's the only thing that I could really think of.
All right, Doc, I got to ask you a question because Jason's over there like he does this surgery every day. It's a simple surgery. Is there any such thing as a simple surgery?
So, I mean, certainly any surgery can have complications, definitely, and there can be, especially with things like a wrist injury and things like that, can be unforeseen injuries or things that are harder to pick up before surgery that you're not expecting. So yeah, there's no real such thing as a simple surgery, especially not when you're dealing with a high-level athlete who you need to, do everything right. But yeah, there's always a risk of complications, so it's possible that something happened during surgery that we don't know about.
What are some of the things that could happen? I mean, because I know minor surgery is always minor when it's on somebody else, right? That's how every surgery. Surgery was deemed a success. Well, how do we know? Well, all right, something went wrong. What are some things that could go wrong on this? It seems like a simple fractured wrist surgery.
Yeah, so I think the most common thing that I would think of, or the thing that I thought of when they said it was going to be a longer recovery, would have been just that missed ligament injury or more extensive ligament injury that they didn't know about before. But other things like, you could have issues with the hardware. You could break screws when you're putting them in there. You could have, you could propagate the fracture or make it worse than it initially is. Obviously, you can have tendon and nerve injury if you're not careful during the surgery. Not that I don't think that that's probably what happened. And then post-operatively, you can always run into issues like infection or issues with the wound. And then kind of further out, especially with fracture surgery, you can sometimes have trouble with the bones not healing, even if you put them back together very well.
Doc, let me ask you this question, too, because I'm curious about it. Houston Astros pitcher Framber Valdez scratched yesterday. He was supposed to start. He had left elbow soreness. The Players Union is complaining about the pitch clock in Major League Baseball, saying that's the reason that we're seeing so many injuries to pitchers. Does that make any sense to you, the pitch clock and injuries? Is it related in any way that you could see?
Yeah, so I kind of equate this question to it's like turf fields, right? Where are the turf fields causing more knee injuries in football, and are pitch clocks and other things causing more elbow injuries? There's been some studies on this where they've looked at and I think Johns Hopkins published a study that showed that there wasn't an association with pitch clocks and increased injury, but just from a kind of biomechanical standpoint, the action of pitching or the action of throwing, it's a very violent motion. You kind of have to have everything from a kind of kinematic chain, top down, working correctly to throw a ball that hard safely. And so if you're, rushing some of these guys or not giving them time to really kind of lock in or recover from the previous pitch, it's possible that they could be thrown off enough to where they're exposed to increased injury. So yeah, it's really tough. I mean, there's been a lot of push about pitch counts and giving pitchers adequate rest and preventing elbow injuries, and the pitch clock makes for a more enjoyable watching experience for fans, but it may be one of those things that after a long time and more data, we find it's exposing these guys to injury.
Dr. Jeffrey Schroff from the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Always appreciate the time. Back to daddy duty.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, Dr. Jeffrey Schroff on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. Of course, dealing with any kind of injury, TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, TSAOG.com.
My wife is a big fan of Dr. Bell over there, by the way.
Took care of her shoulder.
Took care of her shoulder, and she played golf for the first time since she broke her shoulder on Sunday, and everything looks good to go.
Played well.
Played well. So props to Dr. Bell and all the doctors over there.
Thank
you.
One of the ladies that works in our office, her daughter was over there today, softball player, dealing with a knee injury.
Wow.
So
yeah, they're the best.
They really are the
They're
best.
the best.
If depending on what it is, start at the Ortho Now Injury Clinic.
Yeah.
And then get, whoever you need to see, or go online and make an appointment depending on what your injury is, the specialist that they have. They're all incredible doctors with what they do and how they can do it.
My wife, she just thinks Dr. Bell's the greatest thing that ever walked. So,
well, when they get you out of pain, that's what happens,
exactly
right?
Yes. Yes,
and,
that is true.
And to the point, Dr. Bell is a great surgeon.
Yeah.
Told your wife, I don't need to operate on you. We can fix this way.
Yeah.
And when you get a surgeon, I'm married to a nurse.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of doctors because of that. Surgeons like to cut on people. So when you find a surgeon that says you don't need surgery, you have found the right doctor.
Yeah, he wanted to try and get it done without surgery. And there was a time in there where we're going to wait and see. It may come to that, but got it done and all done. Went through physical therapy, and yeah, he gave her the 100% ready to go. Let's play.
Did she beat you?
No, of course not. Kid, come on.
What do you mean?
Come on.
If I text her, will she tell me another answer?
She'll tell you. She'll be truthful. I actually played well Sunday.
Did you?
I'm ready for this guy over here, the little birthday boy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm ready for him.
The little birthday boy.
I'm ready for him.
The little birthday boy. He says, bring it.
Yeah, I'm ready for him.
He says, bring it.
We're going to have to set something up here pretty soon.
We will.
Yeah.
We will definitely do that.
Yeah.
Except Saturday. Not this Saturday.
No. Why? What do you get? Oh,
I got it.
You got Frito pie duty.
I'm judging a Frito pie contest on Saturday.
Well, I tell you what, Pledge and I don't want you there after judging a Frito pie contest.
Actually, the contest is at 10. We could get like 1 o'clock tea time.
Well, I'm just saying, you might be a little gassy after that.
We'll be on a golf course.
I don't care.
Well, I mean,
you might start a forest fire.
If it's good chili, that won't be the case. The birthday boy is coming up. You're doing a show today, right? Yeah. Extra innings with Pledge. He wants all the birthday wishes.
Yes.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The next hour, Sorority Girl Radio here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of